have been running this channel at a loss.
How do you run it at a loss? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. That's just you being irresponsible with your money.
I have looked into getting another job. Seeing Adita's job situation tells me that there's not a chance in fucking hell for me.
My partner works and doesn't make a lot of money, so I guess I'm just not gonna work. Oh, makes sense.
When I took an IQ test, my mom refused to tell me the answer. She told me it's because my score was really high.
That means that he grew up thinking he was like really smart when he was really fucking dumb. That sounds like everybody that makes BreadTube videos.
You realize there were N-words in the SS,
Dude,
right?
you can just say
Whoa! These are the online defenders of black people, guys.
Keffels returned to Twitter once more. I love that I don't have to pretend to care about drama slop anymore.
Pretend to care? You're on Twitter posting and trying to like ratio people. You love it.
Noah Sampson was clearly upset by my original BreadTube video.
Does Noah Sampson still make videos? Or has Ethan Klein not been interesting enough to talk about lately? Got him!
As an ADHD, OCD, and anxiety-having boy and big advocate.
Alright guys, let's do this video. I've been meaning to watch it for a while. It looks pretty good. It's a video from Robert Media. That's his full name, is Robert Media. Did you know that? It's called The Downfall of BreadTube, so let's watch. Let's see, dude. Let's see what we got here, dude. Go look at Papa Got Leftovers for more similar type content to this or something. Thanks. It's a little low.
BreadTube began as a way to combat various different anti-SJW YouTubers during the mid-2010s. Based on the book Conquest of Bread, the term has come to describe various different left-leaning content creators on YouTube and Twitch.
Now I understand. I didn't know why they called it BreadTube. I never really understood that, but okay.
It's a very...
I guess I should have expected it to be some kind of like linked to some kind of communist stuff, so...
loose community with lots of division in recent years, leading to many of these BreadTubers fading from relevancy or suffering major reputational damage due to various controversies.
Terrible.
Recently, there's been a surge of BreadTubers e-begging in order to financially cope with their downfalls.
I have no idea who most of these people are. What the fuck is happening?
Though some, like myself, have been picking up on quite a pattern. What's actually causing their...
The fuck is this? Oh, I remember this guy. Didn't he go after Xander Hall over some weird shit?
decline in viewership and monetary success. It should become obvious to you by the end of this video.
Man. Jake Doolittle really took it hard, man. He's struggling, dude. Yeah, conquest for bread, but no income, dude. What's up with that? Get your bag up, dude. There's so many pathways to make money. It's so funny that these people, like, they're just not really relevant. It's like, damn, dude. You know?
Innuendo Studios, or
Never heard of this person. That's crazy.
Ian began his channel around 2014 during the Gamergate era. He aspired to create content revolving around it, defending those like Anita Sarkeesian from what he believed was unjust hate.
Maybe it was. I don't really know because I wasn't around back then. I was working a regular adult job and, you know, I just didn't really know what the fuck was going on. So couldn't really tell you, you know?
However, Ian didn't have the time to produce enough videos due to other freelance work, so he created a Kickstarter campaign to ask for donations.
What I'm shooting for is to carve about 4 months out of my schedule where this would be my main project, with only the least time-consuming freelance work on the side. During that time, I'm targeting about 100 minutes of video content. That could be 5 20-minute essays, it could be 25-minute essays. Math. If I get to the end of 4 months and I haven't hit 100 minutes, I keep going. If I get...
video essays, man. It's like, that's a lot of work, you know? Imagine doing a video essay. You know, what if we just didn't do a video essay? What if we just didn't do that at all? Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be so crazy.
To 100 minutes and there's still any Kickstarter money left, I keep going. And if I go over my funding goal, I just add on minutes and months. As for rewards, I have some. A variety of options,
What is this guy, a fucking phone plan for the 1990s? I don't know.
Including a personalized mixtape made by me, a portrait of you made by the great Amanda Watkins, and for people in the Massachusetts area, 1 homemade vegan cheesecake.
Yeah, I think you can tell the kind of person he is just from that snippet. Over the next year,
seems like a nice, interesting fella.
Ian would indeed produce over 100 hours of content, making an update video in September 2015 to announce his new Patreon.
My name is Ian. I have launched a Patreon campaign. If I can somehow get it up to $1,250 per video, I can afford to keep treating this as one of my main jobs. And I can guarantee at least one 10 to 15 minute video every month, sometimes more. The Kickstarter...
10 to 15 minute video a month? That seems like really low, doesn't it? Okay. I mean, I get it takes work when you do actual content, but it feels really low still.
Money will be gone soon, so if you like what I make, this is how we keep the party going.
And over the next several years,
Was there no such thing as ad revenue at this point?
Ian would make your standard, pretentious leftist video essays about things like art and gaming culture. Though the real game changer was a series, The Alt-Right Playbook, which began in 2017.
Ooh.
It became a massive hit for his channel, with the average
Hey,
installment
good for him, man.
garnering over 1 million views, though most outside BreadTube weren't really familiar with it, and it would eventually fade into obscurity, as Ian uploaded less and less over the next 8 years.
Damn.
I watched a handful of episodes
I guess he caught that bag and he walked off.
in preparation for this video, and I was quite unimpressed by it. For how legendary people have made it seem, the Alt-Right Playbook literally just feels like Ian's guide to arguing with people on Twitter.
Maybe we'll have to take a look at that. The alt-right playbook. Is there like an entire series on that? It seems like the only thing he really produces is this alt-right playbook. Maybe we will take a look at this. The alt-right playbook. Doing. All right. Maybe this is something for another day. Maybe he's right. Maybe Rob's a silly goose on this one. Who knows?
For instance, in the 3rd episode, he discusses ways to win an argument about Anita Sarkeesian's sketchy Kickstarter campaigns.
Now, by this time, you've noticed your interlocutor's position has
Or maybe we can't do anything with that because I don't know enough about the Anita Sarkeesian thing, and you're never going to get like an unbiased view of it. And you know what I mean? Like, it's always going to be like either she was innocent or guilty, and I have no fucking idea. I really just don't know enough about it to really weigh in on that.
changed from she stole from people to she asked too much to begin with to she took too long to deliver, as though these are all the same argument. And you also notice the pattern of the conversation. He says something short, quippy, and wrong. You give a detailed correction. He says something else short, quippy, wrong, and only tangentially related to his last point, and the cycle repeats itself. This goes on and on. And it's not, you've noticed, just this discussion. You find this manner of argument often when you express left-of-center beliefs.
And it's fine if he wants to discuss that, but these aren't groundbreaking discoveries. This is just how discourse and debate works. The best way to describe Ian is pretentious.
Gamer from Mars video is one of the better ones. Okay.
He's very pretentious. He has the savior
Maybe we'll take a look at that at some point.
complex and wishes to be taken seriously by the online left. But in reality, this guy is just a sad, pathetic loser. Before Gamergate, Ian made this blog post about this bizarre advancement he made towards a random indie dev back in 2008. He found out she was a woman and sent this insanely creepy email. "You are beautiful and wonderful and funny and perfect.
That's so beautiful.
I pledge myself to you.
Wow.
If we ever meet, know this.
Damn, if we ever meet, that's crazy. Or if we never meet. Either way, they haven't met yet, and he's saying this stuff. That's crazy.
Always, 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 I am yours."
Okay.
He did apologize, but it's
That's fucking weird as hell, dude. What the fuck?
insanely drawn out, as he felt the need to address every single little thing. Oh, and he left this goofy photo of himself holding an apology sign. "I'm sorry, my lady. I didn't mean to offend you."
That's super fucking creepy, dude. Not gonna lie. Holy shit.
Like a lot of leftists, Ian is way too public about his sex life, giving away
Hey, don't talk shit about me, Rob. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
details most men wouldn't spill if they're being waterboarded. He's very open about the fact that he's a cuck, yet is still super
Damn. Well, I mean, that would make sense that he would be open about being a cuck, no? I mean, he's a cuck. Isn't that the whole point? You know, like if he's a cuck, he would be open about it, right? Because he's kind of looking to get cucked. That's like, I don't know, right?
super insecure about it, leading to him producing an entire
He is insecure about it? Oh, then why the fuck is he so open about it?
17-minute video about the semantics of cuckoldry. Since he is a BreadTuber, Ian opens it up by trying to politicize the term. He strawmans his detractors as deeply offended right-wingers who
Is your wife still cocking you? Is crazy.
just don't understand his lifestyle. A lifestyle where he watches his girl getting plowed by Big Dick Randy.
The truth
How do you know it was from Big Dick Randy specifically? What the fuck? That's crazy.
is, I've been at this a while, and there have been stretches where I was dating only one person who had multiple partners. There have also been stretches where I was dating multiple people, all of whom were only involved with me, so I guess I was cucking them.
Oh. What? I guess the only question is who were you stretching out? Or who was stretching out your girl, you know what I'm saying, dude?
And honestly,
Oh, my Lord.
it's all just dating. You do this long enough, you're gonna be in a lot of permutations.
Most people like myself aren't trying to moralize this. We're just here to make fun of you, Ian.
Oh.
And hey, argue all you want about how you're
Making fun of people is so wrong, Rob. Stop.
actually happy being a cuck. It's not like those
I
alt-writers
feel like it's not. There's really nothing wrong with being a cuck. If you're a cuck, just be like, hey, I'm a cuck, and just be chill with it. You know.
were correct about you.
Like I got nay-nay.
I call this one the slow breakup. It's like when your partner starts canceling date nights and then starts getting home really late and then starts sleeping on the couch, and you keep asking, hey, is there something wrong?
Yeah.
And they just say, oh, sweetie, of course not. Work is just running me ragged lately. And
That means that Randy's running her ragged. You know what I'm saying?
when I have time off, I'm too tired to go out. And I get home so late these days, I don't want to wake you up by coming to bed.
I don't want to wake.
And then one day you get home and their bags are packed. And they're like,
Damn.
look, we both saw this coming.
True. Probably did. Well, I guess you probably saw it coming every single time she'd fuck another guy, huh?
You know that thing. You know this happens to everybody, right?
Yeah, his polyamorous girlfriend
That's brutal, brother. I'm so sorry.
broke up with him for another man. What a shock. After years of barely uploading content, Ian has hit rock bottom. He put out this video in May 2025 titled, Being a YouTuber Bankrupted Me, where he discusses his
How the fuck did it bankrupt? It makes like 6-minute videos every once in a while. What the fuck?
recent hardships in life and debates quitting content creation.
For the time being, Innuendo Studios is taking a break. I'm not sure for how long, and there's a chance it might be permanent.
What do you mean a break? You've basically been on one already. You've put out less than 30 minutes worth of content in the past year.
That's crazy. How does that bankrupt you? That's ridiculous. He's not putting himself out there enough. I mean, it's fine if you want to put out I don't know. It sounds like he had gotten into a pattern of like having a really easy job. And by the way, samesies. But he didn't really, I don't know. He got to a point where he just like stopped putting in any meaningful effort. So, I mean, we never did. He just got into a pattern of it, and then like it just wasn't sustainable enough for him, and he doesn't understand what to do with himself or something. I don't really get it.
If anything, this guy needs to be putting out more content, since he's apparently at the edge of bankruptcy.
I have been running this channel at a loss for 7 years.
How do you run? There's no way you can run a channel at a loss. How do you run it at a loss? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. You're just posting YouTube videos. And if they get like 1 million views, like the art isn't even that crazy on it. So it's not even like it's a big, like that fucking huge. So I don't get it.
And between back taxes I owe the government, a maxed out credit card that is in collections, and
what the fuck? How would he possibly be running at a loss? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what would he be doing to be running at a loss? It doesn't make any sense. Him not paying his taxes because he didn't pay his taxes isn't the same as running at a loss. That's just you being irresponsible with your money. Those are two different things, dude.
money I owe to a few people who've bailed me out. I have a total accumulated debt that is pushing $100,000.
What?
And I'm not going to say I'm perfect at managing money.
What?
Yeah, no shit. How the fuck are you that much in debt with a successful YouTube channel and thousands of dollars being made each month on Patreon? Well, apparently this guy didn't know what taxes were until the age of 32.
I'm pretty sure he was just spending his money and not paying his taxes. I think that's pretty much all it really was.
Instead of fleeing to Asia like any normal schizo, he decided to wait until his back taxes and fees reached $59,000.
Hi, Dan. I just moved in next door. I'm a supermodel.
Right.
I don't care who the IRS.
Oh, this is Dan versus the world. Like, what the fuck is this all about? The fuck?
Sends I am not paying taxes.
Also, his credit card debt reached nearly $19,000, as I guess he spent too much money on his Fedora and Funko Pop collection. Oh, and also the fact...
I mean, paying taxes can be annoying as a YouTuber because you have to actually pay your own taxes. Because YouTube doesn't do like withholding, so it's annoying. I get it, but you gotta pay your taxes, boy. You gotta pay your taxes, boy. That guy just paid a tax right there. There's another tax paid. Boom. Let's get another tax going.
That he lives in one of the most expensive cities in America. But no, according to him, it's not entirely his fault.
Oh, okay,
It's capitalism's fault.
Now, I want to acknowledge that some of this is my
Guys, Taxes is when capitalism isn't taxes not capitalism. Oh shit. Aren't the taxes like the not the capitalism part though? Or isn't the taxes like the, you know, that's the socialism part, no? I like paying taxes, by the way. It's good for you. It's good to help people, but
fault. The debt would not be nearly so big if I were better at budgeting, if I read my mail faster, if I had followed up about that audit. I am not purely a victim here.
Fuck, I got owned.
But also, this is a bad and broken system, and even if I played it perfectly, there is no universe where I make what I make and finish the year with 12 grand left over for the government. Not in
12 grand for the government. How much money in federal tax do you have to make to pay 12 grand to the government? So what I'm looking into, because it gets like complicated, because obviously there's different tax brackets, and then there's also different write-offs and stuff. But from what I looked at just very quickly, to pay $12,000 to the government, it's done exclusively federal, I'm assuming here, you'd have to make $60,000 to $80,000 a year as a single filer. And that's like, so like, I'm not trying to be a fucking dick. And also, I don't think that you'd have to pay $12,000 a year if you did $60,000. Probably more than that. Like, I don't even know how much I paid in taxes last year. But that's fucking skeptical. He probably made a good amount of money. He just didn't spend it correctly. He just didn't save it. Like, I save like every time I get a check, I pay August, and then I take like 25% of what's left over. And then I just like throw it into a savings account. And then every quarter I'll just pay my federal and my state taxes, and I'm usually pretty good. It's not really that crazy. Like, I don't know, man. Like, what are you doing?
In this city, maybe not in this country.
He still hasn't grasped the concept of personal responsibility yet. Instead of getting his shit together and making videos, he'd rather spend all day watching movies and playing video games.
There's a bunch of stuff I do on Patreon that, like, I haven't even announced it here on YouTube. I've been doing it for like a year and change now. I do these little projects where, like, I have a film randomizer list. It's like a list of, this year's list is like 36 movies, where I hit shuffle on Letterboxd and watch whichever one comes up first and try to get through the whole list by the end of the year. And I write little reviews for them.
It's so funny because, like, content creators like this, I think one of the biggest things you could do as a creator, like one of the easiest things you could do as a creator, is you can do React content regardless of like what you do. So like, if you have the time, make fucking React content, dude. It's not that crazy. Make React content. Dude, like, you know, I post like a 1 5-minute video a month. I'm gonna go on like a stream and be silly and just like kind of watch other people's videos and give my commentary, blah, blah, blah. You could do that so easily, you know? I mean, I think my career is backwards, but like that would be kind of my intention at a certain point, would be to start doing like something that I can consider like a main channel thing, maybe some kind of podcast, and then do the reaction as like a secondary, right? But like, you could easily do that to shore up some income. You could just stream, you could play video games, you could do whatever you want. There's like 1,000 different ways that you can operate. But instead, we just beg, I guess.
Or I have like a video game cabinet, just games I'm trying to get through before the end of the year. I do a reading log.
How about you make movie reviews or gaming streams? How fucking hard could that be? It's like he'd rather...
Seriously, especially since you have an audience already. You could, like, you just have to build up that brand. Yeah, I do streaming now too, and you just build up that brand as you put out a video every month or so.
Sit on his ass and work on content.
And I also feel like he got himself so locked into whatever the fuck this, like, alt-right pipeline 6-minute videos every 6 months thing, and he's not willing to experiment with his brand.
I bet his work schedule consists of Googling something for a video and calling it a day, before spending the next 14 hours binge-watching movies at full volume, while the IRS starts aggressively knocking on his door. Instead of actually fixing this problem himself, Ian chose to crowdfund again, managing to get $155,000 off GoFundMe.
That's crazy. If you're able to GoFundMe $155K because you owe tremendous amounts of money in back taxes and debt that you accumulated from not budgeting correctly, then you can go and you can actually earn that money. You can go and like legitimately earn that money the correct way. You can easily do that.
He was able to garner this incredibly quickly due to how pitiful he made himself look in the video, which was definitely intentional. He picked the lowest quality camera possible, talked in a voice more monotone than mine, and kept spouting out excuses for why he couldn't get basic work done.
I just can't take it anymore.
Okay.
This is just a lot of strain to put on me. And
could you imagine making like $80,000 a year for like 4 6-minute videos? That's crazy.
To put on my family.
That's fucking crazy.
And I've felt for a long.
So go get a fucking job, bro. Like, listen, I love doing what I do. It's amazing, honestly. But if I couldn't do this, I'd go be a fucking bus driver or something. Like, I am, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be useless and just beg for money like that. I don't even think I could feel comfortable begging for money. If I really needed money and I ever felt like I needed to beg for money, I don't even know. I don't want to, like, yeah. I would try to exhaust all options outside of that first. I would try to try to go through all options outside of that first. You know, work a real job, stream more or something, you know, expand my content base, just something, man. Something. Start a fucking podcast. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Time that, like, I'm on the
what about 6-7 minute videos? It's true. That's what I would do. I'd do 6-7 minute videos.
Verge of, you know, kind of like making it. Like, I've been dancing around the periphery for a while. You know, back in 2020, right before COVID happened, you know, like, the numbers were really doing good. The Patreon was really solid. I was making more money than I'd ever made, and it really seemed like...
What did he just say?
You know, like, the numbers were really doing good on the periphery for a while. You know, back in 2020, right before COVID happened, you know, like, the numbers were really doing good. The Patreon was really solid. I was making more money than I'd ever made, and it really...
I just, like, what a sentence to spew out of your fucking mouth. Before COVID, I was doing really well. Oh, that's not good. Is preposterous. If you're doing well before COVID and you didn't get a fucking boost from COVID, you're just like an anomaly. How would that even happen? Like, that's fucking incredible. That's not even possible, I feel like. How the fuck did you not... Like, you should get a bump. Through COVID was a bump. That's how, like, everybody started. That would be like your most profitable time of your fucking life. What are you talking about? That's insane to me. I don't even know if I believe him.
It seemed like it was going to keep heading that way, and then
it just
started to dip, and it's never really recovered.
Yeah. Have you ever tried putting more effort into your content? It never really dipped. You tried doing more work? What the fuck? Oh, okay. You ever try putting any more effort in there, bud? Like, is that like a factor to you? Or no?
Once I hurt my back and I couldn't work for a while.
You hurt your back and you couldn't work for... Dude, shut the fuck up. I don't even believe that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, too skeptical. I used to fuck my back up all the time at a real job. Like a stupid asshole, and I still managed to work. You know what I mean? So, you can't work doing, like, video content, dude. Give me a fucking break. You just sit in your bed. He's probably sitting in his bed all day doom scrolling while his back has a hurdy on it. That's probably what he's doing. Like, what the fuck are you on about? Oh, there's somebody.
And life just got more expensive.
Aw, man, his back hurt. Guess that means he can't sit on his ass all day and make YouTube videos anymore.
Oh, my back!
It's very manipulative, and Ian is very aware of that, since he's laid out his crowdfunding...
I don't know how would COVID have helped him. He makes 30 videos, like 30 a year. More people are watching content during COVID. That's like the whole thing. There's more people watching more videos online. That's how I blew up, because there were so many people watching for so much longer than like they usually would have been without COVID, that people would actually watch me. Like, I'm not a fucking, like, nobody gives a fuck about some fat idiot saying shit, but they do now, because I've wormed my way into the fucking into like enough relevancy to make a solid like living. Like, that's it. COVID, it should have been like, that's like a spark event. Without COVID, I don't think I ever would have been popular.
Strategy in a previous video.
We go on crowdfunding sites and tell our stories about what we want to make and why they matter to us. People get that investment when the story is good and when they trust the person telling it. And that's what I mean about campaigns living or dying on the perception of sincerity. People have to believe the story you're telling them is true. Now, there are ways to present the appearance of sincerity without actually...
Is this guy talking about how to grift? right now? How to grift for money? What the fuck? Why is that his business? His business is begging? I mean, listen, I could probably sit down and give some decent advice on how to make content, but that's like that would be like my business, is how to be a successful, smaller content creator. Is CJ giving out advice on how the business of begging?
Actually being sincere. And if you want advice on how to do that, you're gonna need to talk to an ad executive. What I always tell people is that the best way to appear sincere is to be sincere.
Wow, that's so incredible.
And it worked. As much of Ian's
I wonder if this guy's ever loved before.
This audience supported him without question, including some of his BreadTuber buddies like Big Joel and Philosophy Tube.
I like Big Joel. I mean, I prefer Little Joel more, to be honest with you, but I like Big Joel. I think he's a pretty interesting guy.
A month after the GoFundMe's release, Ian would announce that he'd be going on a sabbatical, with no intent to produce content despite his audience's expectations.
Wow. Me when I have to do a job?
He might as well just tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy just scammed his audience so he can go to Japan or whatever and live out his weeaboo fantasies. Either
based. I think that going to Japan is like the anti-red pill, right? Like you go there to be a weeaboo guy instead of like a red pill, like, I don't know, some kind of predator. The predator passport, bro.
way, the situation definitely isn't over. As pointed out by Accounting in YouTube, go check him out, his videos are great. Ian might have to pay taxes on the GoFundMe money due to seemingly using it for his vacation.
That could make sense if the IRS found out about it, for sure.
His audience also donated with the...
Although I wonder, I mean, I have no idea how these things work. I wonder if that would get reported. You know?
Expectation that he continue making videos, meaning they wouldn't be counted as gifts and would have to be taxed.
Quote, contributions to crowdfunding campaigns are not necessarily a result of detached and disinterested generosity and therefore may not be gifts. This sentence suggests that
I say a GIF personally. I don't. I'm just making a stupid joke.
Contributions to crowdfunding campaigns can often be made with personal motives, rather than purely out of selfless generosity. If this is the case, these contributions may not ethically qualify as gifts, since gifts typically imply no expectation of return or benefit.
There was supposed to be some sort of update on the situation this month, but as of editing this, nothing has happened. Well, besides him recently unlisting his update video, which I found a little strange.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Oh, this is from May. Wow.
I hope he found the polyamorous anime waifu of his dreams the other month, because
that's a beautiful thing.
God, he'll need it.
Yeah. Xander Hall. Doesn't Xander Hall watch like half of the videos like that he puts on and then he turns it off or something weird?
Xander Hall is one of those breadtubers who claims to have escaped the alt-right pipeline and joined the right side of politics after self-realization.
I feel like most of the people who say they escaped the alt-right pipeline are just looking for attention. They're the ones that talk about how they have ADHD on the internet, right? Like they go on, they're like, guys, I used to watch some edgy memes when I was 17 and 16 and didn't have any understanding of politics. And then I started watching politics and I was like, oh my God, I was alt-right. It's like, no, you weren't. You were just like a kid. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Hey, what up, August?
In reality, this dude just went on 4chan sometimes and watched anti-SJW content, which a lot of left-leaning YouTubers even made back around 2016.
Yeah, listen, I was never part of the... Like, on TikTok, I would be like a little anti-SJW. I'd make fun of them, but I would also be like a left-leaning, and I would talk about left-leaning stuff too. But like, I was never part of the alt-right. I was never like radicalized into the alt-right pipeline. You know what I mean? Like, maybe some people watched me, got there. I don't know. Hopefully not, but... like, I was never part of the alt-right pipeline.
He started watching Destiny after the JonTron debate and began consuming content from more and more radical creators as time went on. This dude never escaped radicalization. He just switched teams.
Damn.
I don't know if I would call him a grifter though. I think he's too stupid to do that effectively.
I learned that this hadn't just happened to me, it was happening to millions of teenagers and just young people across the world.
Dude, jump off, you fucking idiot.
Ironically enough, it was like I had taken the real red pill. I found more channels such as Sean and Jen, ContraPoints, Dusty Smith, H Bomber Guy, Claudia Brown, and many more.
Originally going by Pig Puncher, Xander...
Pig Puncher? What the fuck do you get a name like that from?
...would suck up to a lot of the big breadtubers and parrot their talking points. He has an obvious savior complex, thinking that he and his pals are the ones who are going to save America from fascism.
Whoa. Fuck me. That's so true, dude.
Though, just like Innuendo Studios, Xander...
I saw some people complaining about this show because they were anti-Nazi in one season, and they're like, what are they doing? Are they trying to, like, say we're Nazis? It's like, that's a self-report if you say that, dude.
Hall is too retarded to have any meaningful impact. He infamously...
Stop that! Stop that!
Stored all of his money in his PayPal and Steam account, tweeting out that someone hacked one of them and siphoned...
He watched like a fourth of that Ethan and Ollie London debate back a while ago. After that, I tuned out because he missed all the good bits. Bro, that's crazy. Does Xander Hall really do that? Like, I'd heard about that. I didn't know that was real. That's what the benefit you get from having a very online editor. But like that's one of the things you, as a content creator, as a React creator, you just have to watch other people's stuff. And like sometimes I don't want to finish people's shit either. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, but you do it because part of the business, baby. It's part of the business, boy. You gotta do it, boy. You gotta finish it, dude. Oh, he just like I think he's probably doing okay financially, actually. Like his views are terrible, kind of. Like but he posts so much that it's like actually a lot. I think. Like this is like 3,500 views after 6 hours, 5,000 views after 18, 2.2K. I mean they're low, but one day ago. Yeah, he posts like 3 videos a day. Maybe he's probably not doing that well. He might be doing okay though. He might be making a little bit of money. I don't know. At least he's pumping out content. I mean, you got to give him respect for that at least. I don't know if he's watching full videos.
The Gen Z.
But all right, I'm bored of this guy already. But yeah, okay.
Siphoned all of his money.
Shouldn't your bank be able to intervene?
Tweeting out that someone hacked one of them and siphoned all of his money.
That's crazy.
Shouldn't your bank be able to intervene in situations like this?
Is that August RFC? What the fuck?
I don't use a bank. I use PayPal.
What? He doesn't have a debit card or a credit card.
Why do I never make a super chat goal? I don't know, dude. I'm not asking for donations. If you guys give it to me, that's cool. But I make my money off of ad revenue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're all good.
What?
Wait, how does he buy Wait, he buys things through PayPal?
I mean, you can do that. Like, I mean, I don't usually leave my money in PayPal, actually. Like, I'll usually take it out after I get my paid from, like, TikTok and stuff. But
Obelix is asking all the real questions here. Maybe this guy has to ask the cashier of the grocery store for a PayPal username to acquire his weekly rations. A couple of months later, he complained about a System32 error corrupting a $6,000 computer.
$6,000 computer? What the fuck? That's crazy to me. That's excessive to me. I have like a $2,000 computer, you know, and I make good money doing this. Not like Trump brag or anything, but like, why do you need to spend that much money on a fucking computer? That's crazy.
Begging his Twitter followers for help. My question is,
Twitter, help
what
me.
does this guy need a 6K PC for? All he does is ramble on stream for 3 hours a day. And the cherry on top? Xander Hall's girlfriend, Lonnie,
wasn't she older than him?
Using his money to buy meth. Damn. She had also been cheating
That's tough, man. I feel bad for that.
on him with her dealer. Both of them getting arrested for having drugs in
You think that last guy was watching it, though?
their car. She'd make a twit longer accusing Xander Hall of neglect, along with being a lazy slob who begs his mom.
Wasn't she like 30 and he was like 20? I'm not trying to be that guy. Maybe this is like a little I don't know, weird. But if I see a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old dating, it's gonna be a struggle for me to feel bad for the 30-year-old. That's all I'm saying, dude.
Mommy for vapes and weed cartridges. This led to him putting her on full blast, showing off her arrest for all to see. As you can tell, Xander Hall isn't the smartest with his finances, which has made many question why they should be listening to him for socioeconomic opinions, or anything else at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. If you're somebody that's like, hey, the system is broken, we need to fix it, people struggle to live, I can respect that. But if you're somebody who spends your money like a little dingle poop, I struggle to care. And to me, it just sounds like you're complaining because you're fucking terrible with your finances. You know, if you're like a real one and you're struggling, I respect that. You know, if like you're a dude who's working like fucking 60, 70 hours a week and you're like, I'm struggling, I'm like, you know what, I can respect that too. I can respect that. But if you're working like fucking 3 hours a day, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. I work 3 hours a day. Like, I work like probably 4 hours a day. I don't really know if you count this. This is what I count as work, you know? So. Oh, you do a music reaction channel so you don't get paid. Yeah, that makes sense because that makes sense why you asked that, because you have to get donations because like you get the MCN and stuff. I feel that.
I mean, this guy struggles with basic IQ tests.
Damn.
So it's got to be one of 3 in it. And what pattern are they going into? It's over to the right, down, then to the left, up, right, down, left, up. Up 3. F.
See, I could pull off like doing poorly on an IQ test. It would be funny to watch me. But everybody knows I have an IQ of 160, and that's only because it maxes out at that point, guys. I'm just such a smart guy. My name is Dr. Mike Israetel.
I'm going really quickly on this one, guys, so...
Oh, shit. He's speedrunning an IQ test. That's exactly how you want to do it.
Wait, is stream dead? Why are people effing? Why are people effing? Oh, are they saying the answer was F? Because I got it wrong?
Shit,
I don't know how I got that one wrong. Guys, I'm really bad at tests like this, especially under time, especially with 355 people watching me do it.
I know these tests are shit, but hearing all of his different coping methods were hilarious. He blames his low score on a variety of different shit in order to swerve off the embarrassment.
Chat, I need a cigarette. That's the only reason I did poorly there. I need a cigarette. Oh, wait, these are my friends. Oh, shit. 97. That's not bad. That's above average, guys. That's above average. Guys, IQ tests don't matter. Okay, the only thing that matters is your how like, as if you've ever loved before. That's it.
That's not good. That's not a good IQ right there. That's a slightly below average IQ right there.
Damn. Hey, at least you got like a Hassan level IQ.
That's about what I expected. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I'm yelling at my mom right now.
Damn.
Hold on. Now I'm depressed. Who sent me that test? I'm permabanning them. Does anyone remember who sent me?
Sounds like he's trying to be playful in his defense here.
The test so I can permaban them because now I feel shit about myself. IQ has been severely debunked by every leading psychological theory of intelligence. I know it has, but it still feels like shit.
Is that even true? Is that even true, dude?
That's true. All an IQ test tells you is how good you are at taking an IQ test. Watch the Adam Ruins Everything episode about it. That's what we'll do. After the segments, we're going to watch the Adam Ruins Everything episode about the IQ test, so I don't feel like shit anymore. Also, I'm starving. If I'd eaten, probably... To be fair, I will say this. It has been shown that when you're not hungry, you perform better on tests, and I have not eaten today, and I am starving right now.
I guess his PayPal didn't work at the grocery store that day. He gets pissed at his mommy for lying to him about his intelligence, eventually calling
What did his mom say about his intelligence?
her on stream to debate her on it.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I took an IQ test and I was in like 4th grade, my mom refused to tell me the answer. She told me it's because my score was really high and I'd like make fun of people for having a lower score than me.
That's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy. He did so poorly. He did so poorly that his mom had to lie to him about it. That's banana boats right there, bro. That's like fucking banana boats. That's wild, dude. I'm actually flabbergasted by that. Wouldn't you want to tell your kid that they did a bad job? Why can't I get on top of the fucking cart? Whatever. Wouldn't you want to tell your kid they did a bad job at their IQ? Wouldn't that make more sense? Because then they would feel like more motivated. I mean, I would hope they would feel more productively motivated to be better. No?
I think it was probably because my fucking score was low, okay? But IQ tests are not an accurate measure of intelligence anyway.
Okay.
You lied to me when I was a kid. My IQ is below average. What the fuck? Listen, I took an IQ test on stream and I got a 97. That is my IQ.
Damn, that's rough though. He's probably being a little silly here, but if it is true that he took an IQ test when he was younger, and then his mom lied to him and said that he got like a really high score, so she didn't give him the number. That means that he grew up thinking he was like really smart when he was really fucking dumb, and that sounds like pretty much everybody that makes BreadTube videos. So that's sad, bro. That's just like fucking sad there. It's just fucking sad.
Who's smoking pot?
I've smoked weed 3 times and I don't like it.
Since late 2022, Xander Hall has been burning almost every single bridge he's built of other creators, most notably Shoe on Head during the Balenciaga controversy, which I've covered in multiple other videos now. Another one of these connections was with Demon Mama, who in July 2024 leaked his Discord DMs of his editor, Cherry. He was withholding payments in fear of going homeless or moving back in with his mom, knowing either way that he'd lose access to weed privileges. Okay, so I think I am fucked. Still no money and still does not show as pending in my bank account. Okay, the number was wrong, confirmed. The 4K went to some rando, it has to be stopped. Cherry, ASAP, emergency, fuck, homeless, I am now homeless, Cherry, why, answer now, please, I'm going to be homeless.
That's brutal, bro. Why the fuck are you harassing your editor about that, though?
Homeless, Cherry.
Also, why the fuck does he even have an editor? Like, does he need an editor? I don't really understand that. What does he do that would require a fucking editor? Truth, I'm just being honest with you. Like, what does he do that needs an editor?
Cherry! I have never been paid by Progressive Victory before, according to all my bank info. Not ever before. Cherry, answer now. I will be homeless starting tomorrow. Cherry.
Her name isn't Sherry?
Okay, we are buying my plane ticket back to California now. Thank you for completely ghosting me tonight. I'll never forget it. Never.
If I ever DM you like this, start blocking. Yeah, true. I would block me too, August. That's crazy.
The only way to save me is for Progressive Victory to pay me everything they owe me. I have never received a single payment, not one. I am fucked. Cherry, answer
Who the fuck is Progressive Victory?
now. Cherry, you have fucking killed me. They
Did Cherry take the money?
eventually talk, and Cherry complains about Xander Hall not paying her. He challenges her on this, and says he's not Keffels. Cherry begs to differ. You talk about wanting people to die a lot. A lot of people need to die, to be honest. I hate all of them, Cherry. I want all of them to die.
What the fuck?
I would kill Keffels in a heartbeat.
What the fuck, dude? This person's unhinged. Damn. That's crazy. I'm still waiting for Keffels to drop the OF content, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if that's a hot take. I'm sorry. I actually was just... Listen. I'm waiting for Tipster to drop it too, okay? So I'm just waiting for everybody to drop the OF content, bro. You know what I'm saying? Can't blame you.
Even shoot her. I'd beat her to death with the gun. You're not in a good mental
Bro, what the hell's wrong with this guy? He's going fucking ballistic.
state. I will kill her. What's her...
Progressive Victory is paid Democrat propaganda. That's literally what the Democrats will pay you to say propaganda that aligns with their goals. Oh, okay. So it's basically... So you're saying it's like some kind of pack. Like it's a dark money group or something? Okay.
address. I want it. I want to know where she's at. She's in Ireland.
How do I get that money, dude? I'm just kidding. I wouldn't take it. It would compromise my morals. I'm being serious about that. Obviously, I wouldn't take it.
It's not public.
Oh,
please stop.
Captain.
You're spiraling.
That's
someone has to die for this. I will never be happy until someone has died for this. Ideally, Keffels. And
dude, what the hell is wrong with him? Why is he blaming Keffels? What the fuck did Keffels do, dude?
Velvet and her fucking orbiters. I have to kill her. Really kill her. Stop her heart. Zan, fucking stop. Calm down.
Bro, I'd call the police. I'm gonna be real with you. I'd be on the phone with the police, the popo at this point. This is some unhinged ass fucking behavior, dude. This is insane.
Stop, please. Okay. In May, following the release of Innuendo Studios' video, Xander Hall would make a response, basically piggybacking off of it. For a TLDR, he's broke, he's starving, and he needs your money now.
Let us move on, but first I gotta update the dono goal to reflect the generous, singular donation we've gotten so far. Thank you for the $5, guys. I appreciate it. Looks like I'm gonna have to make those groceries last this week. All right.
This was
at least you're not fat like me, so it's easier to make it last. Am I right, guys?
2 hours into the stream, by the way. It took him that long to make $5. At this point...
Damn, that's tough, man. That's tough.
I just quit. But I guess we're not as...
It's like Act Blue. It's like Act Blue. It's not like actual left-wing propaganda. It's establishment left-wing propaganda. Okay. I mean, whatever, dude. I feel you. I hear you.
Mentally strong as Xander Hall.
So that is not...
Keep in mind, by the way, most progressive content creators such as myself, and I'm pretty sure Innuendo Studios as well, don't take sponsorships. I
don't think it has... What?
Taken one sponsorship ever, and it was because they're the one company that offered to send me a free sample of the product without even agreeing to the sponsorship before I accept.
Okay, so what it's okay, just to be absolutely clear, it sounds like what he's saying. He's not saying that that leftist creators don't take sponsorships. It sounds like what he's saying is that he's not getting offered any sponsorships. Which, same here. I don't get offered either. I could probably reach out to people and potentially take a sponsorship, maybe. I don't know what I would reach out for. I don't need it. I would, though. You know, but also I'm very finicky about it because it's like it has to be something that I liked. I don't really want to shill out for something I don't like. That would bother me too. I don't know if I could do that. If I could like be like, oh, it's brought to you by this or that. You know, it depends on what it is. Like I could do a VPN Because it's like a VPN. It's like, hey guys, as long, you'd look into the VPN, see if it's credible. If it's credible, like, yeah, if you want to use a VPN, you want to give me some money, be my fucking guest. You want to make sure that people don't know that you went to Epstein's Island. Here, use this VPN. Boom, there you go. So most of them refute sponsorship. I feel like they don't refute it. I feel like they'd take it if they could.
We don't do that most of the time.
Manscaped, maybe. Yeah, I would try it out.
You could argue we should, but trust me, the broader online left would not let us get away with it, and we would take a much bigger hit to our viability as creators in the long run if we did take sponsorships. Fundamentally, we have to rely on fan support in order to not come off as disingenuous in what we stand for. We are shooting ourselves in the foot when we take easy opportunities to become more financially stable and successful, because
I mean, like, I get that on one hand, but then also it's like ad revenue, you know what I mean?
To an extent, there is a cultural expectation in the online left that if you're a progressive, you're not exactly rolling in the money, you're not taking easy money payoffs that might be somewhat principally against what you stand for, and I think that's a good thing.
I'm glad you have those principles, Xander Hall. I hope they serve you well when you're living in an alleyway, begging pedestrians for spare change in order to buy more vape cartridges. Just take the established title sponsorship. It's not like you actually have morals, dude. You threaten to kill people over petty gay disagreements.
Gay disagreements is fucking ridiculous.
Xander Hall's main contribution to this discussion is to present his schizo conspiracy theories about YouTube's algorithm working against leftist YouTubers. To him, it's not his fault for his content not doing well. It's the platform for not promoting him well enough.
A lot of people have complained about that in their defense. But what's interesting is like that there's something similar thing that happens to like black creators on TikTok. They would complain that they don't get like enough views and like that they were getting silenced. But like realistically speaking, in a lot of instances, people don't want to hear about that kind of content. Like you would see, they'd be like, no black creators do well, but it's like then you see that like one of the top black creators is Cabby Lim, and it's like, okay, which I don't even know how. He does literally nothing, but whatever. I guess most people on TikTok don't do fucking anything anyway. I mean, what am I really doing? I guess, but I don't really get it. But it really has to do with the content that you're doing.
From Yasuke Vermeulen in chat says, have you considered making better content? Must be the viewers' fault. You are clearly a conservative in chat to concern troll. And I'll actually use you as an argument before we finish up the segment. Like I said before, you will deal with people like these constantly anytime you try to acknowledge this. The right doesn't want there to be a conversation on the left about the fact that, like, algorithms objectively work the way they do, and if the left is going to reach a broader audience, then, the audiences have to engage. They want to try and turn your audience against you when you have that conversation by saying, oh, well, why don't you just make better content? Doesn't matter how good the content is.
I don't know what content he makes. I would be willing to bet that it's fucking React content that's probably not very good. I mean, really, definitionally, React content's not very good, so, let's be fucking real. But, probably is because it's not necessarily very good.
Algorithms work the way they do.
This is something he's doubled down on in a recent stream, claiming that YouTube A/B test for thumbnails has been secretly applied to videos for the past 5 years.
What? Doesn't even make sense. How would it be secretly applied to video for the past 5 years?
What's going on here? What's going on? Well, I have a theory. If you're a content creator, or you watch YouTube, you might have heard of a phrase called A/B testing.
Yeah, you could put out, like, I think 2 or 3 versions of I think thumbnails and titles. I'm not sure I have access to titles yet, but I have access to thumbnails. I don't utilize it, and part of that's because it kind of would fuck with my brand a little bit in my way that I plug my content. Is because like I put my thumbnail and my title in my video plugs on like TikTok, YouTube, all my short form platforms. So if it's like, hey, if in the middle, like I'll show you just to be clear. There we go. So this is like a Mr. Beast plug. Because the element of like, kids, shut up. So I have this as in like a title card on there. So if I use like 2 different titles or 2 different thumbnails, I think I'd probably end up not helping me very much. So
A/B testing means you're just testing thing A against thing B, and thing B against thing A, trying to see which of the 2 things does better at anything you're trying to test. Here's the thing, though. I don't think A/B testing as a concept is new to YouTube, though. I don't think it's new, like 2 years new. I don't. I think behind the scenes, maybe over 5 years now, YouTube has been internally running A/B tests. If you read the subreddits dedicated to YouTubers, there's a phrase you'll hear come up very often called a hype. They'll talk about how there'll be stints of time where whatever garbage they put up on their channel, whether it be like absolute peak or a genuine dog doo-doo, just shit out video to get like a slot filled for an upload, right?
Okay.
They will be given a real fair shake in the algorithm, if not more than fair.
His proof is
what? I mean, like, that's just how it is. Like, let's say I get like a really good viewed video, and interest is up for me. Like, yeah, my videos I would consider not as good probably get a bump from that. So, like, if I get a really good video, let's say I get a video that like hits like 50,000, that's really good for me. Like, yeah, my like less good videos, we'll say by comparison, might do significantly better. That's just where the algorithm works. Now I don't know if that necessarily works like that anymore. YouTube is getting, I think, pretty good at, you know, making individual videos do better. I don't really care about. I don't really focus on how the algorithm works. I don't really understand why reactors focus too much on how the algorithm works. You guys, we watch other people's videos and then we talk about them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, I'm not making a lot of money. Let me just do more. Let me just pump more out into the atmosphere. It's not really that tough. You know what I mean? I get like frustrated sometimes, but still, I mean, chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? It's not like you put like 100 hours into a fucking, you know, 10 like a half hour long video essay, and then it's like, oh fuck, it's not doing well, and then you get really upset, dude. You know, you're not doing that.
His Reddit posts, and his sleep paralysis demon mumbling into his ear after another bad weed trip. Xanderhall isn't able to take personal responsibility for his channel crumbling apart, so he has to blame it on some vague outside force instead. He gets like 5k views per stream highlight, yet thinks it's the conservatives' fault. It definitely has nothing to do with how boring he is as a streamer. He's not going to change up his content and stream longer. He'd rather just show his Patreon and hope the goodwill being sent to Ian hasn't dried up yet.
If you enjoyed this video, if you want to support my content, which is more important now than ever if you want it to continue to exist, then please consider leaving a like and a comment down below. It really does help a lot. Subscribe and ring the bell icon so you can see more from me, and YouTube might tell you when I go live or upload more stuff in the future. Join my fan Discord, link down below, and follow my social medias. And if you want to support me directly, financially, help me keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xanderhall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buy some custom Xanderhall merch through the Streamlabs link down below.
Okay. So why does this guy have an editor? What does he do that's so interesting that needs an editor? Like, I don't really understand. I wonder if there is I wonder if the reason why people like this get editors is because they think that they're supposed to have an editor. Like, is that what it is? Like, let's see. I'm gonna just turn on a video.
This is gonna be a weird one.
Okay, blah blah blah. This is gonna be a weird one. All right, I'm preambling. Now we're watching somebody's video. I'm still talking. I'm reacting to a video. Like, what do you need an editor for here? You know, I have an editor, and she does my thumbnail. Well, not my thumbnail. I do my thumbnails and my titles. Excuse me. She does the intros and the clips. Like, those are those are things. Those are like those that's work. But like, what was his editor doing? You know what I mean? Like, what maybe they were doing the thumbnails. I don't know. I don't know. They get editors because they're too lazy to find their own clips. I mean, I do that too. I could find my own clips. I just hate it. I don't know what it is about making my own clips. It actually really pisses me off. I hate finding my own clips. I don't know what it is. It feels weird. I don't even know how to explain it. I sound probably really stupid with what I'm saying right now, but it feels really weird to try to find my own clips, so I don't do it myself. I feel awkward about it. I don't know. Like, maybe part of it. I don't really know. I just hate it. I can't even tell you. So, you know, good news for my editor. So.
Don't forget to buy your Xanderhall themed meth pipes. Also, continue to donate to my PayPal. It definitely won't get hacked again.
True. I remember Essence of Thought. There's a pattern of a lot of these content creators just not wanting to put effort into making their own content.
Essence of Thought is a channel most known for its coverage of trans issues and documentation of the locale Lily Orchard. The channel is run by Ethel, and yes,
Ethel.
That's what they go by. Imagine deciding to change your name and you go by Ethel.
That's rough. The only one that would be worse is going by Rob. I got him!
If you're going to choose a grandma name, at least go all out with something like Gertrude. Anyways, a relevant side tangent over. Ethel has become a controversial figure over the past year due to certain videos they've made. But what I'll highlight is their beef with fellow YouTuber Vangelina Scove.
Wow, another person I have no fucking clue who they are.
Vangelina has also covered Lily Orchard and was accused by Ethel of plagiarism. Definitely something to criticize her for. However, Ethel considers using screenshots as plagiarism.
What the fuck? That was screenshots plagiarism.
Let's start with the first image that appears in Scal's video at 22:16, taken from our Incros video as seen at 1:44. Let's overlay that using 50% transparency to reveal that yes, it's a 1-to-1 match on the zoom factor.
Oh, shit.
Moving on next to the profile pic, since the background is not visible, we see Lily is sporting the exact same smug face on a purple background in both images.
I don't understand what we're seeing. We're seeing a screenshot here. A text message or something. What the fuck does this matter?
Lastly, looking at Lily Orchard's username, we see that it is highlighted in green in both images, making this a perfect match.
I don't understand what does any of this mean?
Vangelina would later confirm that she didn't rip these screenshots straight from Ethel's video, but instead through other means. Ethel's only other evidence is that both of them came to—
Who cares if they did? I don't understand. It was a screenshot. Gives a fuck.
These same conclusions about Lily Orchard based on the screenshots, but are still presented in different ways. What most likely happened here is that Ethel saw H-Bomber Guy's plagiarism video and wanted to emulate it in some way. So, they took a complete nothing burger of a situation and made it into an hour-long video, while also presenting themselves as the ultimate victim against Vangelina.
When I discovered I'd been plagiarized, it did impact me, causing me to spiral. I burnt myself out at the end of last year, covering my personal trauma, only to need emergency dental work as I began feeling better, only to then break my foot. I haven't been able to find a suitable time to record anything I've been writing.
What? You couldn't record anything because you broke your foot? I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole. Just, why? Why can't you do something? Why can't, you broke your foot, I get it, but then okay, your foot's broken, you sit down and do some work now. You know what I mean? What the fuck are we talking about? Oh, did I die? Damn! I get it, you broke your foot, sit out of a chair, sit in your bed, record a video. This person doesn't even, this person's content is literally, they put, an overlay over their content of, a picture usually, so.
As a result, I've been mentally punishing myself for not getting anything out. So to have someone come along—
what if you just, did get something out?
And rip myself and Levi off? It fucking bricked me. What? It really did.
This attempt at securing pity quickly backfired, as Vangelina exposed Ethel for essentially extorting her.
But yeah, so they said that they wanted 30% of my ad revenue for that video, for the sponsor money, and for the entire month of Patreon. Otherwise, they were going to end up making a video about me. This is said in the later email, but it was quite—
Give me 30% of your money right now.
Clear what was meant.
Vangelina also called out Ethel for harassing other creators like Rachel Oates, who slighted her in any way.
Oh, I know this girl. Do I know who this Irish person is? Is she Irish? Oh, I think we reacted to her. She made a terrible Ethan Klein hit piece. Isn't that true?
Which I believe 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Ethel's clearly insane. As I tried targeting—
all the best people in the world are just coming together.
One of Angelina's sponsors on Twitter. Ethel is just an emotionally manipulative crybaby, willing to viciously attack anyone over the smallest of issues, while hiding under the umbrella of their perceived victim status. To them, their trans identity, past trauma, and financial status are the perfect shield against valid criticism.
If you're watching this, I'd like you to hear what I have to say to you personally. You may not have thought to, but in 100 small ways, You have snatched the bread from my starving mouth, pilfering our work to create a monstrosity, something that is antithetical to everything we are building towards the essence of thought. It's also insulting to the topic in general, along with all of us who have ever been made to suffer.
Oh, she covered the H3 lawsuit poorly. That makes sense.
Through similar violence. As someone who was raped as a child and later...
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry for that, but goddamn, what the fuck? The fuck was that? That's crazy.
...groomed online, I am personally disgusted by just...
That's a lot. That's unfortunate. I'm not trying to be rude. That's a trauma dump. Call it a trauma dump on that one.
Just how half-assed Scal's coverage of the topic is. Her commentary on the issue is worse than worthless. It is actively harmful.
I got raped as a kid,
right,
so that means it's okay for me to go on angry outbursts and extort you for money.
Okay, all right, I don't know. That's a little insensitive, but I guess I hear you. It's like a trauma dump here, no?
Own fascist. Just like Xander Hall, Ethel decided to jump on the bandwagon and beg for support in light of the Innuendo Studios video. Their Patreon earnings have dwindled, most likely due to a dying fan base and disinterest from the general public. Nobody cares about their channel. It's generic BreadTube content at best, and flat-out slanderous, boring hit pieces at worst. Instead of improving their videos, they'd rather complain about their loss of revenue and make it a life-or-death issue.
We did manage to build back up to $435 by June of 2024.
I remember covering this. I think they talked about how their partner was working a lot, and they weren't working at all, which sucks for their partner, so...
That to plummet back down to $343 by September, which is why I took those screenshots to make this video. That's why I began adding, and we cannot survive without your support, to the opening of each video. I'd hope that, as I put out regular videos focusing on external issues, rather than conflict within trans and leftist communities, that things would heal. Yet they didn't.
Okay.
In fact,
sucks, I guess.
They continue to get worse, with Patreon dropping below $290.
These fans are canceling $1 pledges over financial troubles. You can't make this shit up. I'd completely understand not wanting to pay this loser money for the 500th JK Rowling is bad video. Now most people would ask, shouldn't Ethel get a fucking job if they're barely making ends meet on YouTube? And according to them, they have started searching for one, with no luck. Along with that, their partner's job isn't paying well.
I
think their partner's actually working, which I feel bad for their partner, because this person doesn't seem to actually be, like, pulling their weight in any capacity, you know?
Keep worrying that the next thing to break will be the last. The thing that ends us, this channel, my career. I have looked into getting another job. Yet, seeing Edita's job situation, given that she has experience working at international level human rights organizations, yet she's had to get a job outside her field that severely underpays for the hours she does, tells me that there's not a chance in fucking hell for me.
Hey, my partner works and doesn't make a lot of money, so I guess I'm just not gonna work. Oh. Alright. That makes sense.
She's worked for both UN Women and UNICEF.
Unwomen? What does that mean?
Me? I'm a disabled
unwomen and UNICEF. What the fuck is that, dude?
YouTuber. How the fuck do I market myself to a potential employer when I'm up against people of her experience who are also struggling?
What's your disability?
Hey, listen. Here's the thing. If you're considering getting a job but you just won't because your partner doesn't make enough money, that's just weird and cringe. But here's my thing. I mean, here's some advice to content creators who want to make more money and feel like they really need to make more money. Do more things, make more content. You could pretty much always make more content, especially if you're a creator who doesn't like. You could start streaming. I mean, you could start streaming. Okay, you could start streaming. You could start streaming 2 fucking hours a day, and you could build a streaming platform, and you could literally do that. All right, if you make video essays, blah 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 blah. If you make video essays, start streaming. Start streaming, couple hours a day, 5 days a week, 10 hours. You can stream video games, you can stream commentary on stuff, you can stream a lot of different things. And there you go. You already have an established audience. Like, you could make some money doing that. Instead of saying, hey guys, please give me lots of money on my Patreon for free, be like, hey guys, please tune into this other product I want to provide. That sounds so much better, and it feels better to get that money. And it's more consistent, right? If you're like, please give me money on Patreon, but you're not really providing any value, then people are just going to feel like you're taking advantage of them. If you go, hey guys, please tune into my streams. If you like it, please support it. You know, hell, maybe they can even get a membership, or maybe they'll like watching your content. Great, there you go. That's like you're actually providing something, and people don't feel cheated. This is fucking silly. You guys act so silly sometimes.
Does your back hurt? You got a low IQ? There's always some sort of excuse these people have to avoid changing their lives for the better.
Yep.
This reminds me of that scene in the Boogie documentary where he's at the...
And it also puts into question like the way that they advocate for things. If you're advocating for, I think I said this already, but if you're advocating for people because like, hey, life shouldn't be as hard if you're working hard, I think that's a beautiful thing. If you're advocating because you don't want to actually put in the work, then people aren't going to think that you're being meaningful. That's why people look down on people that don't like have never worked a meaningful job and complain about how things are tough.
The employment office, flunking his interview.
I am disabled, recognized by the state of Arkansas, but also the United States government. There's that. Now, the downside of that is I am extremely depressed, so there's some mental health issues that we bring to the table. And then physically, I am morbidly obese. I have no references, no work history, and no education. And when you Google my name, you might see rumors that I beat my ex-wife and I'm also a pedophile. Should mention I'm also...
Wow, these are great things to mention. So I guess to his credit, after faking cancer, he has seemed to turn it around into a career, so...
a felon.
This video Ethel is making comes across as their last excuse to not get a job. The mindset being that if they manage to e-beg their audience for enough cash, they won't have to bother getting one.
I'm not asking for thousands or even tens of thousands a month like...
Guys, I'm not begging for money.
Some...
Just asking for some stuff.
YouTubers. I don't expect nor want a luxurious lifestyle. I just want to be able to stop being afraid of what's coming. I
want a luxurious lifestyle, if I'm being honest with you. But I don't want to beg for it, okay? You know what I mean?
Want to be able to begin HRT and enjoy the small things in life while saving a little for when things go bad. I just want to see some return on the work I do each and every day.
This person thinks they deserve money for just simply putting out videos, even though the average video they put out gets a couple 100,000 views. It comes across as...
I thought that was much less than that at this point.
Entitled, like they deserve money for simply existing and releasing videos. The reason why is because Ethel portrays these videos as incredibly important to the trans community, content that they claim has saved lives.
Half a dozen people. That's how many have told me at one point or another that my work is among the reasons.
6? Oh, okay. How many people have said that you see their life? 6 or 7.
They are still walking on this earth.
Oh shit! Only
half
3
a dozen people who would be dead.
That's terrible.
Walking around.
Well, I don't want them to be dead. That's terrible. But also 6 people. That's not a lot. I feel like it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's good. That's good.
Living their lives thanks to us.
Imagine not offing yourself because a D-tier BreadTuber made a video owning the TERFs.
Listen. Maybe some people really resonated with them, okay? You know, whatever. I'm happy that something saved their life. I made them feel better. You know what I mean?
I guess this strategy worked, though I'm sure the support will dwindle down over the next year, meaning Ethel will make another video on the topic, or we'll have to actually find another job.
Lots of things in life are about your mindset, and your...
Bro, I like her outfit. I like this like dress. I like this like sweater dress. My wife has one of those. She was like, oh, should I get rid of it? She wore it. I tore that shit the fuck up, boy. It was crazy. It was crazy.
You're using weight and disability. I can't. If that is the attitude that you're gonna have when you approach everything, then you can't. And you won't.
True. Vaush. I think Vaush is he not still successful? I mean, he took a hit after the whole lolicon horse thing. That's probably not great. It's unfortunate that he's not a right content creator or a conservative content creator, or else he would be very successful right now because they're totally in defense of actual pedophilia. Seems like he still has a lot of good views. I mean, he's got 10,000 people watching of the movie, the release of the Epstein files. I don't know why his videos are so short. 9-minute video of Trump. I guess he's doing all right. Why are these videos so short, though? It's weird. Okay. Anyway, he's still doing pretty well view-wise. His videos are so short, though. It's so strange. He seems to be doing well. I mean, I don't like the whole lolicon, horse porn folder thing, but from a content creator strategy, or content creation aspect, I mean, he seems to be doing pretty well. So I guess I gotta respect that. He's in his Fortress arc. Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called when you just kind of like isolate for a while? Okay.
Originally going by Irish Laddie, Vosh came from Destiny's community, but he was basically kicked out after sexually harassing an autistic girl named Poppy.
Well, just to be clear, let's not phrase it like that. He got kicked out after doing this, and then like a year later, he must have pissed somebody off. Not to be an asshole, but Destiny didn't like instantly kick him out of the community after that happened. He waited like a year or something. I don't know exactly why. I don't remember why. But, I mean, why would you wait that long? I don't know. Maybe he pissed him off in some other capacity, and it became like you pissed me off, so I'm going to blow you up for being like a fucking, obnoxious to this girl. But I'm not going to actually do it until, I feel frustrated with you. You know what I mean? That's what it reads off as.
Standard behavior for Vosh. Though I'm sure Destiny only disavowed him to remove competition and be the only sex pest in DGG. Vosh would go on to emulate Destiny's content, rivaling him as the internet's biggest debate bro. He would debate anyone on anything, using some of the strangest tactics to win arguments. A favorite of mine being his debate with Ethan Ralph and Flamenco, where he uses a tactical gamer word.
You know who else didn't consider
the N-word,
Slavs
right?
white back then? Everyone.
You realize they were N-words in the SS,
Dude,
right?
you can just say
Whoa! What the fuck?
Whew. Wow.
Oh,
that's a little bit hot for me,
oh
but-
God! Oh, oi, mate! Oh, he said the word. Oh, God!
I got him. I broke his brain.
In another debate.
Wow. Hey. The defenders of black. These are the online defenders of black people, guys. All right, they what the fuck was that?
It's with Destiny. They argue about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, where Vosh compares the situation to all the Marvel movies he's seen.
Oh, dude, I remember that. It was actually super cringe.
It really depends on the context there and how legitimate the lethal threat is. I do believe that. I think that there's a lot of nuance there. But all I know is I've seen a lot of Marvel movies, and in the part where the good guy gets framed, and he turns around and there are a bunch of angry cops and civilians staring at him, he drops the gun and puts his hand up in the air, and he doesn't fucking unleash the fucking Iron Man laser and cut down 300 people who are threatening him implicitly by surrounding him and not allowing him free access out.
I just don't know what to say to that, dude. Just what the fuck, dude? What a disconnected take. Well, you know what? I don't think that the person that was surrounded by people had laser beams in an Iron Man suit. So I'm thinking maybe that's a little different. I think he's talking about Kyle Rittenhouse, right? I mean, listen, you can have your take on Kyle Rittenhouse, whatever you want, but I don't think that he was Iron Man whatsoever. I think he was just a cringe kid that killed a pedophile. I think that's the person that he shot, right? I mean, terrible stuff. But then there were some other people who got involved, and they didn't deserve to get killed. But then that's like a whole complicated thing because, I don't know. It's a fucking crazy situation.
So maybe
that's in real life, if you spend a lot of time on Live Leaks or Ogrish or any other like gore site, you can see that where one guy throws his hands up and a mob comes up and somebody throws one punch that kills him, and then people cut his intestines out and they drag it over the street.
Whoa.
So I mean, like, I don't know. I guess
it typically happens in the United States.
It's not a matter of it typically happening. I mean, like, there have been people that have been killed in these protests and riots so far. And I mean, like, who's to say that you're not going to be the next? Like, I don't know.
I mean, there have been at least 20 Marvel movies. I doubt you can find that many live leak videos of people being killed. So
that's crazy. Okay, thank you, Vouch.
Oh, yeah, I'll hinge my bet.
And
okay, comparing Marvel movies to real life is fucking crazy to me.
Finally, there's his debate with Vegan Gains, where he plays devil's advocate for child pornography.
So, there's pedophiles, right, who buy child pornography. Would you say they should not be held responsible for doing that?
Yes.
Really, even though they're directly supporting child rape.
Yeah, I think it's hypocritical. If I bought my computer and the silicon in it was farmed in Africa by slaves, if I can do that and that's legal and no one's gonna call me out on my shit, then
I forgot about this take. This is such a bad take.
Yeah, I have to be consistent in that respect.
Yeah, you know what? I think we could work on one thing at a time. Hey, let's start getting rid of, we call it CSAM material now. Okay, let's start getting rid of CSAM material, and then we can work on, not having kids make clothing and stuff in other countries, or whatever he said. Minerals, Marie. Whichever one you want to, you know what I mean? I feel like, okay.
Okay, look, I think there's levels to this. So I wouldn't equate buying a computer to buying child pornography. I mean, it's
because you're not based, dude. You're not fucking based. That's what, apparently. I don't know. Come on, dude. Come on, dude.
In order to pretty much have a job anymore, you need a computer. So do you really think it's reasonable to equate something like buying something that might cause some amount of cruelty exploitation in the world that you need for your job just to be able to, like, not be homeless, to something that you're buying purely for very shallow personal pleasure that causes horrible, irreparable damage to somebody lifelong?
I mean, we can actually, like, partition it out. I don't know how much child pornography goes on the market these days. I haven't exactly checked.
I'm sure you haven't, Vosh. I believe you.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe him.
He's had many moments like these where he seemingly defends CP and Lolicon, but his excuse has always been to blame it on him being a debate bro. He's saying this stuff to win arguments, not because he likes children.
Zoophile, like drawn stuff, it should be 100% legal. In fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal.
Wow, that's something to say.
Actual child pornography.
Please, right now, uncuck your dumb shit libcuck fucking SJW brains and recognize this empirically correct fact that I am about to spit.
I'm ready.
It is possible for an adult and a child to have a sexual relationship and for it to have positive outcomes on the child as well.
Wow, that's so interesting. What a take. Oh, how incredible.
That is possible.
We have at some point in our lives been going fucking crazy on some hentai site, and we've been fucking stroking as hard and fast as we can, and then after we nut, we go back, look over our history chat, and we go like, oh jeez. Oh boy. Some of these girls looked pretty young. Okay.
What the fuck is this, dude? Holy shit. That's not real. That's just so weird, dude. I don't think that's not real. You can usually tell why you're fucking hand blasting it, bro. I feel like that's fucking crazy. What are you looking at, dude? That's insane.
I don't give a fuck.
And then his porn folder got leaked, which is filled with animated sexual depictions of little girls and horses. No matter which way
guys, they're short stack goblins. Stop it.
You look at it, it's bad. According to his own standards, Vosh is a pedophile.
The thing that bothers me is people who pretend there's no relationship whatsoever between, like, drawn lolly shit and actual attraction to children. Of course there's a relationship between those things. It's ridiculous to pretend otherwise. So they need to be aware of that, if anything.
Are you saying that based on common sense, or is there any evidence of that?
Any evidence of that? You mean, okay, so I've had a bunch of links thrown at me by people who are, again, very sussy, trying to argue there's not actually a relationship between instances of child predation and access to, like, lolicon or whatever.
Well, I would assume there is a correlation between people who really want to believe that and people who are pedophiles. So
yeah, I'd be willing to bet that.
Though his cope was that only a few of the images were lolly, and that most of these little girls were in fact not children, but instead short-stacked goblins.
Yeah, of course. Well, you guys don't understand. You guys don't really understand. Basically, the way it works is she's actually 70 quadrillion years old. She just looks like a kid because she's perfect. Oh, dude, it's fucking crazy. Isn't it also interesting that the characters that are supposedly like fucking 70 gorgillion years old that look like kids also act like kids? You know what I mean? It's like it's like, yeah, well, they're, you know what I mean? Like they act like they're kids. It's like, no, wait, you don't get it. You're not understanding, dude.
About possibly being a zoophile, he claims he doesn't actually jerk off to horsecock. He wants to be the horse. Though this fell on deaf ears.
Valid?
He's arguing.
I don't give a fuck about the horse shit, honestly. Like, if I can draw on horses, I don't really care that much about that. I'm more worried about the kid shit, dude.
In favor of bestiality, and admits to letting his pet geckos lick his dick.
What
a couple of months ago.
He did that? That's crazy.
Someone alleged that Vosh had sexually inappropriate conversations with a minor, which
Jesus.
I can't read.
Oh yeah, I heard about this, but I didn't cover it because I don't think that there's any. I don't know if there's enough like factual evidence to say it's true. So I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Here, since it could risk this video getting
but I don't think it got verified.
age restricted or taken down. Vosh fans dismissed these Discord screenshots as fake until a screen recording verified their validity. I'm not surprised if these are real either.
Did he know that they were how old they are?
Way, as Vosh has also argued in favor of lowering the age of consent.
The way I see it, the age of consent exists out of respect for the numerous power imbalances older people have over younger people, as those imbalances, or at least some of them, are redressed through the advent of socialism. The age of consent should therefore be lowered. What? The fuck does that mean, bro? I'm so confused. I don't understand that. What does that take mean? That's fucking bizarre.
Due to all these controversies, Vosh has entered a fortress arc, pretty much not interacting with anyone outside his community. Whenever he tries attacking someone like Ethan Klein, he immediately gets put back in his place by being called a horse-fucking pedophile. Despite this, Vosh's channel is still doing pretty well, averaging 100,000 views per video. Obviously, not at the same level he was at 4 years ago, but still impressive numbers after getting
Well, yeah, but also like 4 years ago was COVID, so I don't think anybody's at that level. So
getting exposed as a freak who jerks off the children. Because of this, Vosh sympathizes with the plight of Innuendo Studios, shouting out his GoFundMe without stating the real reasons this guy is going bankrupt.
A lot of the stuff that I've talked about on this channel for years are essentially like iterations on information that I first encountered watching some of his alt-right playbook videos. It's a good channel. Yeah, go support him through GoFundMe or through his Patreon if you can.
Though deep down, he's hoping Ian doesn't make too much money, cause Vosh obviously doesn't want competition.
Now, was Innuendo Studios mean to me on Twitter at some point? Probably.
Probably. It sounds like he was.
A lot of people,
and you don't want to actively say it.
Have been, but you know what? I'm willing to.
But you know what? Twitter is cringe, so
be the bigger man and say I forgive him.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Ian Danskin deserves so much more than his current financial situation. If we're actually socialists like we claim to be. Hold on, Gigasad, person who just joined the chat. I saw you a second ago. You said that if Ian Danskin streamed, you would watch him more than me. Ho ho ho. Listen, okay? Let's not take solidarity too far. You still have to.
I feel like if anything, we should raise the age of consent. No, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like, or make it a little. I don't know. Maybe it could be a little more complex. I don't know. I'm just saying, dude.
Give me all your money every month. All right? Let's not go overboard.
Vosh, your capitalism is showing. Gotta watch out, man. Karl Marx would be very disappointed in you. Despite having this mindset, Vosh still doesn't understand how Innuendo Studios could be failing. How could this guy be losing money after only putting out 30 minutes worth of content a year?
I just think it's disgraceful that, you know, somebody as talented as Innuendo Studios could be having issues like this. Now, in fairness, I don't think that the man's run his channel much as a business, but I don't think everyone should have to.
Well,
why? I feel like you should. If you want to be successful, you should kind of have to run it as a business. Why wouldn't you have to run it as a business? I mean, it's a fucking business, dude. It doesn't make any... Why wouldn't you run it as a business? What the fuck is happening here?
Well, if you want to make YouTube your full-time job, yes, you have to. I know you guys are socialist grifters, but if you want to avoid going broke, you actually have to make money. Being a bed blob...
Yeah, you have to look at it like you're doing, you have to look at it like it's a business in order to make money off of doing it. That's the whole point.
Isn't going to make you a millionaire unless you're Jabba the Hutt. It's like if you ran a small restaurant and only opened it to the public once a month. That's how Innuendo Studios runs his channel. Yet Vosh doesn't see it that way. He thinks Ian's content is incredibly time-consuming to make, despite mostly putting out 5 minutes.
It's fucking 5-minute videos.
Slideshows.
When the right-wing grift sphere is basically all like affirmative action for retards. I mean, you can be the most incompetent fail son in the world and still like prop yourself up through that. And you can be so sharp and so intelligent on the left-wing side, but you also need to be lucky and a shrewd businessman, and you need to be like a...
He is lucky. He makes enough money on 5-minute videos. That's luck. What are you talking about? You know? Can I stealth brand this guy? No? Okay.
Ruthlessly exploiting every mechanism of monetization, and it's like, just why is it so stacked?
But like, see, none of this makes any sense, because it's like, oh, it's so stupid, because like exploiting mechanisms of monetization. Hey guys, you want to watch my content and I can make money off of that, like with ad revenue if I put out enough content? Oh yeah, for sure, man. I would love to do that. Oh hey guys, can I e-beg you to give me money without me actually providing any value to you? Like I don't understand which one was better, providing content or not. Like which one is better? I don't understand.
Against us. And when I say us, I mean us in like the lefty space. Obviously, I've done well. I've gotten very lucky. But I am absolutely the outlier.
Aw man, why do we have to put effort into our content? Can't we just get free money? How come these right-wingers are financially destroying us?
Alright, we got the Keffel shout out.
Keffels is a longtime trans activist who gained support by beefing with Destiny and ratioing people on Twitter. Really important shit, I know.
Twitter does not seem to have a very good in the long run type of flow for you making content, I'll tell you that much.
But what really jumpstarted her online notoriety was an attempted swatting. The subsequent GoFundMe campaign...
Did you say subsequent?
The massive amount of news organizations who covered the story. A troll had written an email posing as Keffels, saying she'd kill her mother and her city council. According to Keffels in her initial video, the police barged in and pointed a weapon at her face.
Whoa.
On August 5th,
That's
I was
scary.
woken up by London police services, pointing an assault rifle in my face.
What?
Yet only a couple of days later, during a news interview, she claimed the weapon was pointed at her while she was in the hallway.
I went into the hallway and then saw that assault rifle. I screamed and I thought I was going to die.
And then a month after that, the story once again changed.
Watching all these BreadTubers, man, it really just seems like advocating for the left for them just means trying to e-beg for as much money as possible. It's fucking crazy. At least pump out slop, you know, at least kind of earn it.
Changed. The police did come inside, but allowed her enough time to get dressed.
And so yeah, someone did not wake her with a rifle pointed 3 inches from her face, but essentially as soon as she woke up...
Was I in a state of undress? I was naked.
In a state of undress. Whoa. What if you got dressed?
And I had to put on a pair of pajamas that was like on the floor.
Whoa.
Before I could even go out to see the police officers.
They were graceful enough to allow that.
The London police claimed they never broke in and simply knocked on the door. Keffels made numerous claims against the London police, insisting they violated her human rights by dead-naming her. She made this GoFundMe in order to sue them, raising the goal by $10,000 each time it was met. However, she never went through with this, and instead filed a complaint with Ontario's Human Rights
she pocketed that money, boy.
Tribunal.
I remember she kept raising the amount of money she was asking for over and over and over and over again. She sleeps naked. I do. Who the fuck does it, bro?
Which is free, by the way. Something sketchy was definitely going on here.
I sleep naked with a pillow in between my balls. That's the way you got to do it. You know what I mean? Because my balls do be big, you know.
What most don't know is that this isn't Keffel's first GoFundMe campaign.
Whoa.
She's done multiple. One for her friend's emergency housing, another for a trip to Venezuela, one for her community's art club, and one to create a queer space in London.
Well, why? I mean, why ask for all these things instead of earn it through, like, you know, making content? And then also, why are people giving her this money? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
This fifth campaign was the first to take off, raising over $100,000, though she never used it as intended, later revealing that the money was used for her to go on vacation, buy shit for her friends, and upgrade her streaming gear. Suing the police and demonstrating my trans rights? Nah, fuck that. I'ma get some new headphones. Also, some suspect that she used the money for her opioid addiction, which I don't exactly doubt. Instead of
Hey guys, Who knows?
Are
they still? Does Keffel still make content, or do they like? Or I know they stopped for a long time, but did they ever come back?
Attention on the police. Keffel spent more time forming an attack campaign against the gossip forum Kiwi Farms. She claims,
well, Kiwi Farms is not exactly clean, you know.
They were responsible for the swatting, despite no evidence for this, as the site has rules against targeted harassment. It's also hard for her to call out the site for doxing, since she has a history of doing the exact same thing. In reality, it seemed like she was going after Kiwi Farms because it documented allegations of her grooming minors. She promoted DIY HRT to children, and ran a sketchy Discord server named Catboy Ranch.
Discord, which is a social media outlet popular with video gamers. You know what else is popular with video gamers?
Pooping yourself? I agree.
Not banging chicks.
Her past quickly caught up with her though, with various exposed videos coming out about her in 2024. Her only response was to call Mudahar's thumbnail transphobic, and to cry on stream.
Guys, it was very transphobic, okay? You don't understand. You're not one of the trans community. No, it was. I think it was just disrespectful. And I don't know. it was just disrespectful. That was kind of the point, you know? What the hell?
About how she doesn't want to engage in the drama anymore.
I'm not planning on making any sort of response, because
I love the drama, baby.
I don't think I owe anyone a response.
That's so true, Queen. You're right.
When I say I'm done with drama, I legitimately mean it. I don't care about any of this shit.
2 months later, she announced her intent to leave the internet, writing out this pretentious speech about how her online persona shouldn't define her. Thank you for calling me by my actual name.
Guys, my online persona should not define me, but what about my fursona? You know what I'm saying?
Was a persona, a brand, not a person. I am Clara Sorrenti. Hey Clara, you still stole 100 grand.
I mean, like, Papa Gut is my brand, but it's like still me, you know what I mean? For the most part, it's I think it's still me. Like, she's not like a fucking, you know, she doesn't work for like a fucking 7-Eleven or something. It's like, I don't know, what are you talking about? It's not like an actual, she's not even an actor. She's like, if anything, it is very you. The reason that she got so much backlash is because she would be so like toxic on the internet. Like, that is a you thing. That is not a content strategy for success. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, the opposite of success, really.
You can paint lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. Everyone knew she'd return one day.
The hell?
You can paint lipstick.
That's not a flattering picture of her. It's not that bad looking though.
On a pig, but it's still a pig. Everyone knew she'd return one day, as that's the lol-cow fallacy. She thinks she's one response away from winning everyone back over, but nobody gives a shit anymore. She began streaming again in March of this year, failing to court attention by zapping herself like a sans dog.
Whoa. What the hell's happening right now? What the fuck is happening? What the hell?
Alright, we go.
This stream went on for 2.5 hours, with around 50 concurrent viewers. Like, come on, Kristen Ark gets more viewers than that.
Why would you? Okay. Why would you shock yourself?
Keffels became incredibly insecure about this fact, so she threatened to ban anyone who simply brought it up.
I used to like obsess over view count, but since I've gone back, I have not turned. Don't fucking. If you tell me, I will ban you. Okay? Don't do this to me. I have not turned view count on once, and I will never turn it on again.
Oh shit.
Because I do not want to know. I don't care. As long as the chat is moving, I'm fine.
She was still somehow making money, with her white knight, Tipster, donating $50.
Tipster, what are you doing, dude? What the fuck, bro?
While I was working on this video...
The hell? I think it's fine to, like, block people who are talking about it if she's trying to move on to something different. Like, whatever. Do your thing. I personally, I'm not like a purist, so I will absolutely hide people from the channel who just bother me. If you slightly bother me. Nah, I usually won't do that. But, like, people who are, like, fucking annoying, like, I don't give a shit. I'll block them. I don't care. Like, it's not really worth it to me. To be, like, a purist and be like, everybody deserves free speech. Make your own YouTube video, man. You know what I mean? Like, just disagree with me. It's cool. You know, own me in the marketplace of ideas then.
Keffels returned to Twitter once more. And yep, I'm still blocked by her after mocking her drug addiction. She made this cringe post complaining about so-called drama slop, acting as if she's any better.
I feel like she was one of the sloppiest drama sloppers, what?
I love that I don't have to pretend to care about drama slop anymore. I hate
pretend to care. Get the fuck out of here. If you're on Twitter shitposting and trying to like ratio people, you love it. That's like your whole thing. Like you love doing the slop. The hell are you talking about?
how much incentive there is in content creation to lie to people about how egregious content creator X is to run slot mills for AdSense money. She says this as if she's producing top-tier content. Clara, stop with the moral grandstanding.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
You stole money under the guise of protecting trans people, and used it to dox your critics and go on vacation. Don't be surprised if she...
That's what I use my money for too, guys. Going on vacation. My wife likes it a lot, so... I respect tipsters ride or die. You know what? That's valid. That's so valid, King. That's very valid.
does another GoFundMe. I wouldn't put it past her if all this drama on consideration.
DJ Mule. Holy moly.
DJ Mule is more of a failed BreadTuber, making
Me
multiple
too.
attempts at joining in on community drama. He's a
Yo,
self-described...
what's with everybody in BreadTube having like fancy mustaches and beards? Like, I know my mustache and beard looks fine, but they all like, look at this. Like, what the hell is going on here, man? Like, that's just, it's like it's trying to be artistic. Same thing with Vouch. It's very strange. And that first guy, it's just like be a little normal about it. Keep it neat. You don't got to be all, you know, medieval fantasy about it.
Described tanky and quote-unquote bisexual ADHD goblin.
Ooh, what does that mean? What that means? Bisexual ADHD goblin.
I hope that paints a picture for you. He looks like a knockoff of Innuendo Studios with a somehow worse fashion sense. His first big video is a takedown of Vosh and his debate bro tactics, which should have been a slam dunk for him.
Infighting. Yummy, yum, yum, yum.
But instead of attacking him over the multitude of crazy shit he said over the years, he went after Vosh for the Professor Flowers debate. For some background information, Professor Flowers is a radical black nationalist who believes all white people are colonizers and thinks they should be mass deported. Vosh argues that she's basically advocating for a form of genocide, which she tiptoes around.
You don't have to agree with these things, but you can talk about that sentiment without calling it the same thing as white nationalism. That's my point of the two videos.
But I've talked to white nationalists, and they kind of talk exactly like how you talk. Most of them aren't bold enough to say, yeah, I want to genocide or deport all the non-white people. Usually it's like, yeah, we want to restrict immigration from X countries, and we want to pay people to leave, and we want to incentivize white power in our country. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it seems like the underlying logic here is the same, right?
DJ Mule is friends with Professor Flowers, so of course he had to white knight for her. He claims Vosh and his fans only ever attack trans people and women of color, with his proof for this being that they've never attacked him.
These people do not harass cis white men. Cis het white men. The reason I say cis white men first is because I have called Vosh out on Twitter multiple times, and I know I'm not a huge creator. I know I'm not like someone who is gonna be directly in his eyes, but it just goes to show that his fans actually will not harass me or anything like that when it comes to
Well, you just said like you're not relevant, so why the fuck would they harass you?
if I'm calling him out on Twitter or on social media at all. In fact, I guarantee if Vosh actually sees this fucking video and his fans end up in my comments, there won't be any harassment either. It just won't happen. It won't nearly be on the scale of what trans women and women of color get when it comes to him spitting his dummy out and getting mad that he was incorrect.
This just sounds like, hey, I really want Vosh's attention because I want to make money on content creation. That's literally all it sounds like. That's
everything.
Crazy.
Bro thinks he's him. Bro thinks he's Vosh's biggest op. You are not, little man. Vosh's biggest op is age of consent laws.
Damn.
You have barely enough followers for people like Vosh to be concerned about you. Quit yapping. This might have been a decent point from DJ Mule if Vosh didn't have a massive drama of Noah Samson that exact same month.
Oh, is that when he made a video about Vosh and it just didn't land very well?
Drama he's well aware of because he references him in this video. Damn. DJ Mule would try.
He won't call out cis white guys, but he calls out Noah Samson. It's crazy stuff. Does Noah Samson still make videos? Or has Ethan Klein not been interesting enough to talk about lately? Oh, got him! Because we know I don't make any videos about Ethan Klein ever. Whoa, let's see what we got. Oh, he did a Donald Trump one. Is Donald Trump dying? Okay. That was interesting. Damn, he's taking a little bit of a hit on his views. I mean, well, the Ethan Klein ones do well. How to girl boss a genocide. Whoa. Damn. That's rough. That's rough. I mean, to be honest with you, I think at this point, if you look at Noah Samson's content, the fact that Ethan Klein isn't being anti-Palestinian enough is basically anti-Palestinian, because this way, if he was saying anti-Palestinian things, which he never has, but if Ethan was saying more of those things, Noah Samson would have content to make, which would bring more awareness to Noah Samson's audience. So thinking about it, hey, it's something to think about.
Try to replicate this formula with future videos, including a hit piece on our good friend, Xander Hall. It's an hour-and-a-half long snooze fest where he calls out Xander Hall for not being leftist enough for his liking, accusing him of ableism for using the term schizo.
Whoa.
Xander Hall also uses a Satanist term here in the beginning of his video.
Satanist? Is that what I said?
The word in itself is widely regarded as a word that should never be used in any context. It's the shortening of schizophrenic.
Whoa.
On the point of Satanism, Xander Hall seems to really focus on the fact that anyone who disagrees with him has mental issues.
Whoa.
Now, as an ADHD, OCD, and anxiety-having boy and big advocate for mental health awareness, what I like to try and remind people as often as I can is that pretty much everybody has mental health issues.
Please stop. Can I complain about something right now? I am so tired of the gentrification of mental health issues. I really am so fucking tired of it. I am, because listen, we can sit here. I actually have legitimate ADHD. It gave me behavioral problems when I was young. Also, not having a dad didn't help. I have actual OCD. I have actual Tourette's. Okay? I have a femboy addiction. But I'm not somebody with a mental health thing. Everything that I have is it's just behavioral shit. I can engage in different types of cognitive behavioral therapy. But you have all these fucking people, like this guy, who has probably the same exact bullshit I have, which is nothing. And he's like, hey guys, I have all these things. Stop using this bad word. I don't think that you should use bad words either. He's talking about the term schizo. Yeah, I probably shouldn't use it. Whatever, it's insensitive. I don't think you should use the R slur, but I'm not sitting here saying, guys, don't use it because No, I just think it's disrespectful to people who are actually disabled, people with actual IDDs, people in group home settings who don't like the word. You know what I mean? So that's my take. I'm not saying, well, I don't like it because I have a... No, I don't think it's respectful. That's where I come from. Whatever. You can disagree. I don't really care. But there is this huge gentrification. People all over fucking TikTok. I have ADHD. I'm autistic, and they don't. I mean, I'm not going to be. I'm going to say something. It sounds insensitive, but I don't care. You don't look autistic, and you don't sound autistic, and I know that's oh, that's terrible. I'm not saying you don't have maybe on the spectrum in some capacity, but it doesn't matter enough to have any meaningful impact on your life. The people that I know with autism, because my wife works for group homes, high functioning is somebody who still needs to live in a group home. And I just feel like we're just gentrifying the fuck out of the disabilities. Every fucking day. Everybody, every fucking day. Oh, I have this. Oh, I have that. You want to be unique. You know, the help you need is to be aware of yourself a little more and engage in a behavioral protocol. The help other people need is a lot. There are a lot of people that can't even be deemed consenting because they don't even understand that they don't have to have sex with somebody for favors. So I'm just fucking tired of it. There's people like this that push this movement forward. You guys just want to be interesting. So you're I have a disability. It's stop. You know what I mean? Just knock it the fuck off. It's obnoxious. It's knock it off.
It's kind of part and parcel of living under capitalism.
Oh! It's all capitalism's fault, guys.
Capitalism is when I can't stop blinking. What the fuck? What the fuck?
The worms inside DJ Mule's head were put there due to socioeconomic factors. The reason why
I was talking about my Tourette's. I can't stop blinking.
Why DJ Mule made this video was to white knight for another friend of his, Sophie from Mars. She's another BreadTube creator who appears with him on the Red Planet podcast.
A podcast? Oh, look at this guy. He should have shaved the beard. I wasn't saying shave it. I was just saying don't. What are you doing?
Alongside Kira Chats, who used to go by Bad Bunny.
$5 a month.
The singer?
Sophie from Mars is controversial in her own right, as allegations have come out about...
Bro, my thing about when it comes to having mental health issues, I feel I don't know, I don't feel the need to announce it. I only brought it up for context, but I don't feel the need to announce it for attention. I feel like people want attention so bad. They're yeah, I have all these things. They want to make excuses for themselves. You know what I mean? It's okay to have something, but don't use it as an excuse if you just don't use it as an excuse. You know what I mean? You don't need to. If you need help, and that's fine, but you don't need to go around and fucking sympathy beg. It's fucking annoying as shit.
about her from multiple different people. They all claim she's abusive and controlling, with one accuser stating Sophie would burn cigarettes on their skin.
What the hell was that?
This is like a little linen closet.
Sophie's channel also hasn't been doing well in recent years, so both her and DJ Mule have resorted to e-begging on their podcast.
I'm making no secret that I have been struggling a lot in the last few months, really worried about being able to keep my home, being able to afford my rent, being able to afford HRT and food and bills. So please check out my Patreon or give me money directly through Linktree.
Or do a little bit more work.
Would appreciate either of those. If you want to help me out, I would really appreciate it. Friends are helping me buy groceries and HRT at the moment, and my birthday is also coming up.
Okay.
That would be nice.
Despite clearly...
Okay. You know, it's one of those things like, hey guys, can I please have some money? I'm struggling. By the way, I have a birthday coming up. I want to splurge. Please give me money. It's like, okay, relax, dude.
Being
just like, give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? It's like, holy shit. You don't need to fucking lay it on that thick.
DJ Mule made the stupid decision to not monetize some of his videos, instead insisting...
the demonetization virtue signal always fucking gets me. It's so funny.
People donate to him directly.
Don't forget to stop by my Patreon. This is my full-time job alongside streaming on Twitch, and you can either support me on Patreon, where you get a bunch of different benefits. There's a link in the description and a link at the end of the video if you're on YouTube, or you can support me on Twitch and just go directly to my PayPal and donate to me there. But either or, please consider paying for the content. I will be trying to keep this content as ad-free as humanly possible.
His page...
Why? Like, why? I don't know, dude. I just feel like that ads are where like you should be making your money. You know what I mean? That's where you should be grabbing all your money from, is advertisements. Like, try to get your money from ads, because this doesn't cost people anything. You know?
Patreon isn't making a lot of money either. He makes less than minimum wage on there. This is utterly shocking to me.
$273 a month. That's crazy.
I mean, who wouldn't want to subscribe to it? There's a $3 Goblin tier, a $7.50 Possum tier, a $14.50 Enlightened Socialist tier, and the prestigious $43 Anti-Fascist Super Soldier tier.
Whoa, $43.
Supporting this guy should be a no-brainer. He's uploading 3 whole videos in a year. Because of his failure at starting a YouTube career, DJ Mule has resorted to finding a new job, something he's also failing at.
Well, I have just been trying to find a job, and I have not been succeeding. I think like the most base thing that I did this week was start showering again.
What?
You know, do my best to be a big boy, not cry.
It's officially the trash week. It's just officially the trash episode where we all feel like shit.
I have never felt this bad in my entire life.
You just know this guy cries in the shower about how capitalism ruined his life, instead of, you know, putting out videos consistently and not being a whiny baby. And I'm not being hyperbolic here. He does genuinely complain about capitalism being the reason why his channel doesn't perform well.
So remember a couple of weeks ago where in my worst performing video, thank you YouTube algorithm.
Hey guys, my video didn't do pretty well. Whose fault is that? Oh, YouTube algorithm, baby! Gotta do the obligatory YouTube algorithm complaint, you know?
Definitely not controlled by neoliberal capitalism, definitely nothing to do with that.
So hopefully, Mule and Sophie can find new jobs, because he desperately needs the money to buy herpes medication.
Ooh,
and she needs the dough for more cigarettes. Will that actually...
Hey, cigarettes are important, dude. Stop it.
...happen? Nah. DJ Mule will latch onto what's left of his internet career, while spending his free time smoking weed and ordering Uber Eats. Though maybe he'll finally take up his true passion of doing sex work, where you get to see his DJ hole for $5 a month.
Whoa, that's something.
Noah Samson was clearly upset by my original BreadTube video, making not 1, not 2, but 5 response videos.
Whoa, that's proportionate.
He didn't bring up any good opposing points, but instead spent the videos sweeping for his terrible friends. Even his own audience didn't like these videos, especially since he outright slandered Chud Logic by calling him a pedophile.
Oh yeah, for like talking to like what, a 19-year-old girl, an 18-year-old girl? That's crazy.
But this Chud Logic guy, I called him a pedophile for, I think, more tangible reasons. He was horny texting an 18-year-old fan of his in
Whoa, that's literally not a pedophile.
his Discord.
This led to him making a sort of apology video, where he does kind of take back what he said.
So yeah, I do want to unequivocally retract that he's a pedophile, that I called him a pedophile. I shouldn't have done that, and I'm sorry to Chud Logic for doing that. I got some feedback from CSA survivors about how we shouldn't throw that word around without evidence because it cheapens the word's meaning. And I think that makes...
Okay. Hey guys, I'm like 30 years old, and somebody was like, hey, do you know that if you say something not true, it's bad for the community that actually is harmed by it? Oh shit, I never thought of that, guys. By the way, I'm a leftist YouTuber who claims to be an advocate for people for different things. But I didn't know that, so...
Makes perfect sense. I've always loved internet humor like this, you know, extreme hyperbolic insults.
Isn't it funny that I unjustly called this guy a pedo? He only stopped this sort of behavior because it led to him getting banned on Twitter, and now he was getting crapped on for it by his own audience, which is rare to see in echo chambers like this. Oh, and shout out to this thumbnail he made, where he blatantly stole Lazy Shell's art and put me next to Vosh, Destiny, and Mudahar. Truly a nightmare blunt rotation. Noah would soon follow in the footsteps of other pussy commentary channels who get into one bad controversy, and claim they're done with drama content for good.
I don't know, man. I feel like Morse Critical... I don't think he's too bad, dude. I don't know.
To him, it's now a waste of
kind of a based Trump take, honestly.
Time, as he could be focused on discussing geopolitics.
You know, whether it's one big video or chapters, I'd
Geopolitics or Ethan Klein politics?
be wasting their time regardless. The content itself is a waste of time. I am sorry though if you feel like your time was wasted. Some of my viewers felt the same way and just sat the series out or unsubscribed, which is totally cool. I get it. I just let the market decide, and the market told me to stop making them.
2 months later, in January 2025, Noah would unlist all of his drama videos and
Damn, why would he do that? What the fuck? He's a drama creator.
slowly put them back up after
Oh.
both me and Think Before You Sleep called him out for being a pussy. Yet, some of his response videos to me are still unlisted, probably because Noah himself knows they suck. I don't think he solely did it because of me, but I'm gonna pretend like it was. In reality, his beef with me was seemingly his final straw after a long string of drama that made him look like a coward. He got owned by Vosh, the horse-fucking pedophile.
Whoa.
He privated his video on Patient Xena. He got destroyed 3 separate times by TBYS. And now he had to apologize for outright slandering someone in order to defend his queen, Lex Up Dog. Following this,
What's up, dog?
Noah would seemingly go on hiatus for several months, which is mostly due to his laziness. This guy has announced a shit ton of projects he never bothered making, such as a 6 response video to me.
Anyways, that's it for today. We will
He gotta grow the hair back. He needs that stylish mustache back. I was kidding, guys.
We'll continue with this series later, but in the meantime, look out for some actually good videos, in my opinion. I think they'll be good.
A proper response to
Wait, what the-
TBYS's 2-hour takedown video.
I'm happy to go into the reasons why I haven't responded to that yet, if that's of interest to people, but also I'm gonna get to it. It's a feature-length film, okay? I'm not a filmmaker. I don't do that shit. What I'm probably gonna end up doing is breaking it up into point-by-point chunks or something like
I'm
that.
gonna make as many videos about it as possible so I can make money. Hell yeah, baby!
As I've done with this other video from that guy, Rob.
A video defending Eden Riley, formerly known as Ethan is Online.
I think I'll probably do a separate video called In Defense of Ethan is Online, because regardless of what you personally think of a guy, I feel like the amount of backlash he's received is very much not proportional to the crimes in question, at least from what I've seen, such as examples such as this.
And Noah still hasn't released a single episode of the Touchgrass podcast,
Oh, who is that supposed to be with? What the fuck?
which he filmed over a year ago at VidCon 2024. A Cheeto, who was supposed to be a guest on the show, even confronted him about it on stream, to which he said he was still putting it together.
Damn, I guess he doesn't want to go ahead with the podcast.
See, all these projects were beneath him now. Noah is done with the drama. That's why he's now focused on drama videos disguised as content about Israel and Palestine.
Why am I?
Yeah, true.
Instead of talking about that,
Well, it's, it's Ethan Klein drama videos,
talking about what some idiot Zionist influencer thinks. And there's a few reasons, but first, Look, the last time I framed a video about Gaza around a YouTube drama, it got over 700,000 views. That's 700,000 people that came in expecting me to talk shit about a YouTuber and left with a video that was mostly about Gaza.
Which was mostly talking shit about a YouTuber and virtue signaling that it's because you're actually a good guy and you're a defender of Israel-Palestine, yeah.
Gaza. But when I released a video the following week with an explicitly political topic, media coverage of Israel's ceasefire violations, it barely broke 100,000 views.
Who cares? Like, this my thing is, he doesn't even seem to, like, make the content anymore. And I guess part of it's because he doesn't do well without it being, like, the subject Ethan Klein. Like, why do you have to always have a banger video? Why can't you just talk about these things if you're passionate about them and then just make... I mean, you'd still make money on them, so I don't understand.
My perspective right now is that over everything else, we need reach.
He's trying to present these newer videos like a Trojan horse, a way to get people interested in this geopolitical issue. But most of the focus gets diverted from that, since the real purpose is to fuel internet beef with other YouTubers. He can gaslight his viewers all he wants, but he made these to capitalize off the drama between Ethan Klein and Hassan Piker. To him, if you criticize Hassan for his many, many flaws, you're a genocide supporter, full stop.
It's also wild because the political content creator in question is an anti-genocide content creator, and the arguments they're attacking him for are anti-genocide arguments. So these creators, you know, they're positioning themselves in opposition to him and his arguments de facto.
Oh, you can't forget that he said that the civilians of Israel are terrible. Yeah, no, specifically what Noah Samson said, that one video was crazy. He referenced on the street content, made sure to acknowledge that, like, on the street content can be extraordinarily deceptive because you can go around and ask a bunch of people questions for like 5 hours and then you can put in 10 minutes of content. You're like, look, this group of people is bad. And, you know, there was an on the street video that was like talking to very radical right-wing Israelis that didn't care about the children in Gaza. And then he's like, well, I know that you shouldn't look at this type of content, but I think that this is basically all Israeli people. And it was like super fucking, like, insanely racist. It was fucking wild. It was anti-Semitic as fuck.
Positioning themselves on the pro-genocide side. You know, anti-genocide is pro-genocide. It's quite the precarious predicament they've placed themselves in. Do they realize it? No. Do they care? Christ. Probably not. But that's what's happening. You know, that's what they're doing.
Noah is back at it again with the Hitler drinks water arguments. These guys seriously treat Hassan like he's the de facto leader of the pro-Palestine movement. Any slight against him means you want children to be slaughtered, apparently. Noah also tries to smear Hassan's detractors as being TikTok slop reactors.
On YouTube for the past few years, there's a big industry that's exploded in popularity, and it's based on a simple concept. Hassan, bad. Hassan Piker is bad.
Hassan Parker!
And he's dumb and bad and a terrorist, probably. We can call this the Hassanabi Dunk Video Industrial Complex. It's
makes it extra easy because he's such a bad person.
Common for YouTubers during low view months to join in on the fun and make these types of videos taking...
Am I in there, dude? Or is it just Nicholas Diorio? Let's see.
And bad in a simple concept.
Let's see what we got here.
Hassan, bad. Hassan Piker is bad.
Willie Mac,
and he's
Willie
dumb
Mac,
and bad and a terrorist,
Mac,
probably. We
Willie
can call
Mac,
this the Hassanabi Dunk Video Industrial Complex. It's common for
Nicholas
YouTubers
Diorio.
during low view months to join in on the fun and make these types of videos taking short
Damn.
clips from Hassan's thousands of hours of live streaming to misrepresent what he's saying, usually parroting
Totally misrepresenting, sure.
the exact same talking points they're getting from the same YouTubers in the same community. They're watching each other's videos and making each other's videos. It's kind of like a perpetual cycle of dumb guy slop. It's interesting to see YouTubers that typically cover.
This is what they do about Ethan Klein. Actually, they don't. It's one of the most pathetic parts of them. So, like, the people who don't like Hassan will make videos about him all the time. For some reason, these BreadTube guys will not just keep talking about, like, you already talk about Ethan, but they won't make more videos just like, you know what, doing what they love, which is just talking shit about Ethan Klein. Just do it. But they have to, like, virtue signal and pretend that they're doing it for, like, a good cause. No, wait, when we talk shit about Ethan, we're just doing it for a good cause. We're doing it, oh, wait. So they don't feel like they can pump out the slop because they have to, like, virtue signal as part of their content. You know? But they do the same exact thing. Just slop pumping.
TikTok drama and gaming content, randomly giving their opinions on genocide and geopolitics.
Whoa.
Noah, I have to ask, what makes you specifically qualified? Because as much as I don't like Hassan, he at least graduated college with a political science degree. Noah went to film school. How are you qualified to talk about this stuff and not these guys? You also make TikTok reaction
Because
content
he listens to Hassan, dude, and Hassan told him what to say.
and get into scuffles of other creators.
Poop out the sloop.
The only difference here is Noah likes to put himself up on a pedestal and morally grandstand. He's essentially using the moral weight of the genocide in Gaza to go after anyone who mocks Daddy Hassan, yet he frames everyone else as being moral grandstanders.
I love
Mukhtar,
Slop,
though-
dude. I love SlopTube. I love all the just like garbage
You're a troll.
videos that are
Okay.
totally
Enjoyer.
yeah, garbage videos that mean absolutely nothing. Just like funnel them straight into my feed. That's fine with me. The problem is like the SlopTubers who like all they do is cover this stuff, and then they're like, actually, I am an intellectual genius, and
What's so funny about these people is that like they talk about how bad like slop tubers are and blah 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 blah, and none of them will talk about like Asmongold. Isn't it the fucking craziest shit ever? None of them will talk about Asmongold. Like none of them will. You know, they'll reserve all of it for Ethan Klein. It's just fucking ridiculous to me. It's like, wouldn't you want to call out like you know, a much worse force when it comes to like talking about different shit? Nah, they don't talk about. They refuse to talk about anything. It's weird. They refuse. I don't get it. It's like if it was about like being against you know, I guess bad people. If it was about that, then why don't you talk about more shit? Fuck. Why wouldn't you talk more about like actual bad people? It's like always Ethan Klein. If it's not Ethan Klein, they won't talk about it. You know, it's fucking crazy.
I'm going to cover all of these topics, even though I've never studied any of them or read anything about them or even know anything about any of these regions. Okay, great.
Yeah, prefacing a video with, I'm a dumb, big, idiot baby, but here's what I think about it. Really serious, grave, important topic. Yeah, man, don't.
So true, King. Also, when the fuck does Denims ever talk about being pro-Palestinian? Like in any, like she never talks about any of these conflicts. She just like fucking virtue signals about it. She doesn't actually give a shit about anything that's being said. What?
Don't do that. Just listen to the first thing you said and act accordingly. And then everyone will be okay.
He says this as if Hassan doesn't use the same tactic of making himself seem like an idiot.
Here's why this is actually an abject failure, and this is not just my perspective on the matter. I'm just a dumb idiot with a Twitch stream who is live reacting to the news and trying to make sense of everything.
Ethan and Mudahar, who Noah has labeled genocide supporters, are currently trying to sue him for defamation. Now, I'm very iffy on this lawsuit because I feel like it would be very hard to prove that in court, and Noah could argue that it's an opinion of his, but at the same time,
hey, fuck it, dude, go for it.
I don't have any sympathy for Noah. This dude has spent years lying and spreading false narratives against people he doesn't like, and is clearly calling these guys genocide supporters so he can justify violence against them.
People living in the West have the most power over anyone else in the world to stop the genocide. We are living in the belly of the beast. We have direct, geographical, physical access to the politicians, the propagandists, the weapons companies, and the supply chains that are facilitating this genocide. Protesting is great. We should keep doing that. But also, I feel like we have to be honest with ourselves. 17 months in, and what is protesting actually accomplished? Raising awareness, sure. Divestment, yeah, in some places. But really, politically, materially, nothing. Israel just killed the most children in its history in a single night with total impunity, with a deafening silence among the Western media. If we want this genocide to stop, it's time to escalate. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, yes.
You can lay it out very easily, one sentence at a time. It's quite clear. We in the West have direct physical access to a bunch of people, including the propagandists, after just labeling a bunch of people creators, propagandists. What does protesting achieve? Well, some things, but overall, basically nothing. If we want this to stop, we need to escalate. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry, if you had a clear vision for what needs to be done to stop the genocide, you would say it, because you want to direct your audience into something fruitful. Unless the thing you want your audience to do is against TOS. Criminal, violent.
Well, I think it's one of those things where he doesn't care. Like, there's nothing. Like, I understand what's like he's implying be more violent, but also he knows his audience is lazy as shit and isn't going to do fucking anything. And it's more of just like do a thing. That's pretty much all it is. Guys, we got to do a thing, and everybody's like, yeah, we should do that thing. And then they go on like Twitter and they cry. That's the thing that they do,
Violent, etc. He's calling for people to do something that he is too cowardly to say himself.
Guys, we need to go and fart at Denny's.
He's calling for people to do
dirty shit ourselves at Denny's. I love Denny's.
He work for him. That's what this is. It is unambiguously a call for violence. Okay? I'm sorry. And he doesn't want to spoil his cute little life. He doesn't want to fuck his income and ruin the little cushy career that he's got a hold of. He doesn't want to do that. He wants other people to fuck up their lives and get thrown in jail or whatever else for him. He wants other people to be Luigi or fucking, what's his face?
I don't think that he does. I think that he's just virtue signaling. I don't think it's like that deep, to be honest with you. I think he's just virtue signaling about it.
Aaron Bushnell or whoever else.
This guy is such a pussy, man. He quickly edited that part out of his video, but we can all see what he's trying to do here. He wants his audience to do his dirty work for him, yet hides under plausible deniability when called out for it.
Yesterday, Noah has repeatedly made calls to violence and multiple protesting isn't enough. Bye. No, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. YouTube video scared me. No.
Okay. A YouTube video scared me.
And that sentiment, though, is 1000% true. That protesting isn't enough.
Bro, just own up to it, you fucking pansy. Yet apparently I'm supposed to feel bad for this guy when he gets financially butt-fucked in court. Noah seems to think this lawsuit is a bluff, though, and has continued to make videos on Ethan.
Despite all of the threats from these guys, as I said at the outset, I haven't been sued yet. It's been over 3 weeks since the retraction deadline, and as you may see on my channel, the video is still up. Here's a clip of the last time Ethan even mentioned it, which was over 2 weeks ago.
Noah Sampson, he has missed his deadline. Actually, Mudahar's in the chat. What did he say? Did you see that Noah's apparently moving out? Yeah, he's sorry, no video, been moving, etc. Video coming soon. It's amazing how nobody wants to respond to me. Everybody goes cold feet. If you're going to level an attack against me, the least you could do is respond.
God, I love this, man. Why won't you play with me? Why does no one want to play with me?
The most likely reason...
Well, Noah's been pretty quiet since the whole Ethan Klein lawsuit thing, so...
And this guy hasn't been served is because Ethan has been busy with other lawsuits, and because Noah has been moving.
If you're wondering where I've been, there's a few reasons I haven't really been...
I've been hiding for my mental health.
Able to post much. I've had some personal things going on. I recently moved. I also got doxxed by a certain community of fans of a certain podcast, which I'll talk about in another video.
That's scary stuff, man. I'm so sorry for you.
Now, I may be wrong on this, but the dox in question seems to be someone posting Noah's Hinge profile. How the fuck is that doxing? Literally anyone can see this. It's not private information. I find it funny how he'll pearl clutch over this, while slurping on the inbred cock of one of the internet's most notorious doxers. Despite some of Noah's recent videos performing well, he seemingly hasn't made much money off of them. He's made numerous community posts, whining about how YouTube keeps demonetizing his videos for showing war footage, and not censoring the terminology he uses. Obviously, YouTube isn't going to like that. If you want to cover this stuff and make money, just go on Twitch. Hassan and his waiting room posse are making a killing over there. But instead, he'd rather complain about it, to be perceived as a victim and chill his Patreon. Noah also had a video removed, which I can't help but laugh at.
My channel had received a community guidance violation for using news footage from Palestine. I appealed the violation, was almost immediately denied, and I believe this was a mistake, so I'm posting this to... Is this on Twitter? You should be doing this on Twitter. What the hell is he doing?
This dude made a different video presenting YouTube's community guidelines as fair and unbiased.
In terms of YouTube's review process, mass flagging...
Oh, that was, I think Before You Sleep's like shitty-ass video on that Lily girl or whatever, right? Yeah, I mean, it didn't deserve to be taken down, but still shit.
Doesn't actually do anything. The amount of flags that a video receives has no bearing on the reviewer's decisions. Here is YouTube's global head of trust and safety, Matt Halprin, explaining.
I remember that Think Before You Sleep debate broed the fuck out of that video that she posted, where she was just trying to have a conversation about like the pressures that she went through being fat in school, which I can appreciate because I did too. I remember thinking that it was like it was productive to just not eat while you're at school, and then I would come home and binge. There was actually a lot of good about it, and then he debate broed it, and like, oh, actually, like she wasn't advocating for people to be unhealthy. She was just having a conversation, and she's not even that overweight, so it was like a lot of different things about like beauty standards and stuff. So she made a good video, and then Think Before You Sleep debate broed the fuck out of it. It was so cringe. It was so weird, dude. It was fucking insane.
It doesn't matter whether there's one flag, 1,000 flags, 10,000 flags. It literally makes no difference into how the evaluation works or whether content should stay up or stay down.
And in this same video, he supports his friend's decision.
Have you seen Young Don the Sauce God transformation of leaving Christianity and MAGA and being a lib cuck? What?
To mass flag a video that she didn't even watch.
Like, imagine one of your friends comes to you and says, hey, some random 850,000 subscriber YouTube channel made a weird, dishonest, and unnecessarily mean video about you. And that's when you notice the hundreds of comments harassing you for things your friend mentioned being in the video. If you were to then say,
Yeah, I'm good on that. Not worth sitting through that, probably. That seems like a pretty normal thing to do.
I still think Noah's video got unfairly taken down, but this Think Before You Dox video, again, makes me unsympathetic to him. If you're going to support other people's videos getting unfairly taken down, I think it's reasonable for people to mock you when the boot is on the other foot. In August, Noah went back to Twitter, basically ban evading, in order to get dunks on random people who have slight political differences from him. He ended up getting a lot of shit for some of these tweets due to how preachy and smug he came across. This hit a boiling point when he made this post, mocking an 18-year-old Israeli dude who elected to go to prison because he didn't want to join the IDF.
Today I'm going to refuse.
Isn't that what he wants people to do, you know?
to enlist to the IDF, because the IDF is committing genocide in Gaza and I must oppose his horrible crimes. I'm going to be in prison for some time because of my refusal, but I'm absolutely certain that this is the right thing to do.
Instead of praising this kid,
that's what they want, dude. What the fuck? Why wouldn't they, like, praise that? The hell?
Noah chose to backhandedly mock him.
What the fuck?
It feels like he did this out of some level of spite, inadvertently seeing this Israeli boy as soaking up all the attention Noah desperately wanted.
Well, it's because he wants to push this idea that all Israelis are bad people. So when they do something like that, he's like, no, wait a minute, you're not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to be able to talk about how all of you are bad, because he's done that before. I guarantee you that's exactly what it is, dude.
When presented with the idea that his tax dollars are going to Israel, Noah downplays it by saying it's being done against his will.
So move to another country, dude. You have the money for it.
It's not comparable. This makes no sense to me since IDF conscription is also mandatory. Noah just doesn't want to follow his own principles and go to jail in defiance of Israel. Either way, this guy's just a lazy coward who wants other people to do the hard work for him, while getting to pretend like this hardcore revolutionary. He ended up deleting this main tweet, as you'd expect from him at this point. Yeah, fuck this guy and his caterpillar mustache.
Interesting.
Nick used to be a well-beloved YouTuber.
Oh, dude, Nick is not green. I feel like he could come back. He seems like the most genuine person on this list, I would say, so far. So,
covering internet drama from a more progressive lens, he'd end up collabing with many big YouTubers, even streaming with Hassan Piker at one point. Though many began questioning his credibility after a series of drama, a prominent one being his coverage of the Gus Johnson allegations. Nick was friends with both Gus and Avelina, with many thinking he was too biased to cover the situation properly. A similar thing would occur in mid-2023 during his coverage of the Super Mega allegations. Nick was friends with the main accuser, Lex Updog, and stuck by her, even after most of her claims became dubious or flat out debunked.
I mean, all of her claims that she made in her videos, she like debunked them herself with her own video. So the way that she talked about it was fucking insane. Like she like actively lied and like almost admitted it, like with the details that she showed. She's like, they wouldn't let me come to my house to get stuff. They wouldn't let me go into my house to get my stuff, and then she showed like a picture of them. They're like, "Hey, you can come by whenever." It was fucking ridiculous.
If you want a deeper look into the situation, go watch this video here.
Whoa.
The problem Nick had during all of this is his inability to apologize until it was too late. He released multiple different responses where he slowly walked back his previous statements more and more. First was his October 2023 video, My Drama with Super Mega, where he still partially doubles down on its atrocious coverage, but thinks he should have waited for Super Mega to respond first.
Now, if I were to go back and change anything, I do think I should have waited until Matt and Ryan responded to everything before talking about it. In hindsight, that is a big mistake that I will not be making in the future, and I'm sorry for that. I like to report on news as quickly as I can, and I did so with both my videos in this case, but specifically with this story, I should have absolutely waited on a response by Super Mega and made one big video about it rather than separating both stories, and I am very sorry to everybody involved for making that mistake.
A couple of days later, he made another pseudo-apology, lamenting about how close he was to the story and those involved.
I'm realizing pretty late that I was too close to the story, and regardless on my personal feelings for the situation, it was irresponsible for me to involve myself and my platform into a conflict that really had nothing to do with me. And also, just because I didn't intentionally lie or make things up, just because I can continue saying that I went into this situation in good faith, I am not free from the criticism of how I actually am making and reporting on those videos.
A month after this, he made a community post basically saying the same thing. When the response to that wasn't great, he released the video, I make harmful content. That needs to change. In it, he seems to realize the pattern of behavior he used to fall down, and wants to change up his content.
This situation followed patterns of past behavior that are rooted in my character and how I respond to criticism from other people, and I realized that I'm not really getting hate because of the content I make, or because of the audience that I have, or because everyone else is wrong. I got all this criticism because I was wrong.
And when this didn't satisfy people, he made another response 6 months later in July 2024.
I was pretty reckless with the things that I said and the things I posted, and for a long time it was really hard for—
Well, I think he also pulled him out of like a funk, or put him in a funk. It wasn't just it wasn't just like the one thing. I think it also put him in like a kind of a weird funk, and he didn't really know how to make content anymore because he was so like shattered, which I get that. I mean, I think we've all been there before as a content creator. At least I have, so.
For me to face that criticism head on. It took me a long time to actually listen to what people were saying to me, because it was really hard for me to actually look at the things that people were saying about me online in the first place, and so I just ignored it for a really long time.
I think Bro just won a Guinness World Record. Most amount of apologies for one singular drama. Brad Tate—
That's not true. What are you talking about? People do that shit all the time. Keep over-explaining. Shit, Ethan Klein keeps over-explaining himself too, you know what I mean?
The music didn't even come close. Nick was falling into the lolcow fallacy. He thinks he's one response away from fixing everything and
I don't think Nick's even close to a lolcow. I think that Nick is just kind of like he's just a creator that doesn't really know how to express himself anymore. He's like, his creator confidence has been shattered. I don't think he's a lolcow. Lolcows usually have no self-awareness. Like every time I watch his apologies, they're usually like, yeah, here's what I got wrong, etc., etc. They're not bad. They're pretty solid stuff. So I don't think he's even close to lolcow status.
Earning people's trust back. But after this fifth response, he went on hiatus as his channels continued to lose 100,000 subs each. 4 months ago, Nick released a newer video titled Haunted by My Digital Footprint. And honestly, I kind of enjoyed this video.
Yeah, true. iDubbbz is still apologizing. Yeah, true.
He doesn't make any excuses. He doesn't make himself the victim. He definitely had a lot more time to process the super mega situation and realized how grossly biased he originally was.
I think that this was kind of truly the moment where a lot of my fans lost respect for me, and it's scary to look back on because in hindsight, it was such an obviously bad idea, but when you're in this echo chamber and you're unwilling to budge or admit wrongdoing, it can lead to these publicly humiliating decisions.
I think Nick's main issue is that he keeps bringing up this drama, clearly showing that it still lingers in his mind and can't move on from it.
Probably. Seems to be something that he has a tremendous amount of guilt over.
Maybe he should have just posted more content and slowly rebuilt his audience, but he's rarely uploaded these past 2 years. His super mega coverage still haunts him to this very day, demotivating him to post more in fear of equal backlash.
The past 3 years were filled to the brim with content, but of course this year looked a lot different.
I disagree. I think you and others are giving Nick is Not Green too much credit. Okay, if you say so. I've watched like a lot of this stuff about it, so like I don't think I'm giving him too much credit. I think that he was in a situation where he was like, his friends said something and he wanted to defend his friends and he thought that they were trustworthy, and then he got to a point where he realized that like he was crashing out defending them and engaging in like a confirmation bias, and he like snapped out of it a while ago. I think that he's a genuine person in his shit, you know? So I obviously disagree with that.
Every single video that I worked on and put out felt like this huge hurdle that resulted in panic and fear and embarrassment. And suddenly this thing that I grew up wanting to do, that I loved doing more than anything else, just made me feel a lot of pain. And it made me feel very distant from the people that supported and enjoyed what I was doing in the first place.
At this point, I don't think his career can be salvaged unless he really locks in and pumps out more content on a consistent basis. And Nick, if you're watching, I have a video idea for you. Make a
Is it gonna be stupid?
takedown video on your old pal Eden.
That's a bad idea, just to be clear.
I just know you have some insane dirt on them.
That would probably not be a good idea, just to be clear. Like from a terminally offline perspective, that would be very online. It would be better to just like try to produce content again, you know? Yeah.
Back to Eden's rant about Nick and noticed a massive inconsistency.
And I think Nick believed them, but wouldn't tell me. At least for some things. Because his second video, he didn't come back to check anything. He didn't come back to be like, you know, whose side is right? He actually didn't speak to Lex once. She talked about this in her video.
Eden claims Nick never talked with them regarding Super Mega's response videos. Yet Nick claims he did and believed Eden and Lex without question.
I'm almost guarantee he talked to them, obviously. Like, they're just full of shit.
A few days later, this channel came out and gave a very lengthy and serious response to all of this, refuting a lot of what was said in the video. And behind the scenes, of course, my friends who made the original video called BS on all of this to me and said that this was all very refutable and untrue. And despite not asking for any of that evidence to ensure that they were being honest with me, I made a follow-up video covering what these YouTubers said to defend themselves, and I didn't give them any grace at all.
Nick, I wouldn't put it past you to leak the DMs and further expose Eden as a massive liar. And also because I want to see Eden's schizo rants.
Whoa, you can't say that word, dude. It's ableist. Stop.
Nick to continue being his whipping boy.
I sat him down and I said, you have to stop talking about this. I said, just stop. He had made 4 videos or something. And I was like, dude, you keep getting stuff wrong and you're not talking to the person involved. You have to stop. And
in his defense, you were all wrong, so.
He literally implied that I was trying to control him or something. He completely flipped it on me and was acting like I was trying to do something to him. And I was like so defeated to the point where I was like, you need to like just talk to Lex. Just talk to Lex. I don't even want to have this conversation with you. Just please talk to Lex. And I asked him to apologize for getting shit wrong, for sending people to harass her, obviously he didn't mean to do this. And I was trying to be very understanding and he refused.
Based, Nick is not green. There's hope for him yet. I think you can notice a common thread throughout this video. These
lots of beards, yeah.
Guys suck at producing content, they make it harder for themselves to make money and do YouTube full time, and they always blame their failures on something other than themselves. They blame it on the algorithm, they blame it on capitalism, and they blame it on the conservatives. Which baffles me because these guys could be making a boatload of money right now. Trump's in
maybe.
office, and there's tons of scandals to report on coming from the right. Yet
that is true. That is a good point. They could be making money doing that.
They still choose to be lazy and not milk the...
Although I think that Xander Hall is actually trying to produce content. You know, maybe people are just kind of sick of listening to them and they don't really respect them. I don't really know.
Shit out of these situations.
And it's been pretty slow for all these channels ever since, for the most part, compared to before Trump won. This is showing a clear sign of a demotivation within the online left. And as much as that might not have an impact on voter numbers, like sure, those people are still going to go out and vote. I'm sure they're still protesting, engaging in direct action, and all those good things that you should be doing. It is still a tragedy, I think. I don't think they're doing anything wrong. They don't have to watch progressive content, but I think it's a tragedy that we're losing that online community that you could argue brought the right its victory, the biggest victory politically they've had in ages with this election.
The thing is, there still are people watching progressive content. They're watching this Turkish himbo use his dog as a prop while he rants about how bad America is. There's a ton of issues with Hassan, but this guy knows how to make money and stream consistently. And these BreadTubers know that. They know Hassan is the top dog in progressive content.
I can tell you that he's not making anywhere near as much as you think he is. No progressive.
I mean, if he had to pay $12,000, if he has $12,000 worth of back taxes, I guarantee you he's making more than you think he is, 100%.
YouTuber besides Hassan, or that like sphere that orbits Hassan, is maybe Vosh. Vosh is the one exception outside the Hassan orbit that's making money right now. Obviously, you've got your big channels like Brian Taylor Cohen and Fair and Balanced and stuff, but that's like borderline mainstream news now. Because
okay, so then follow the trends, dude.
Because mainstream news is online. Progressive content has been on a steady decline since 2020, and yet through that time, Hassan's fan base grew.
Since 2020? What are you talking about? What the fuck is he talking about? This just is ridiculous. It was, what do you mean a steady decline? I don't think that's true at all. What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, that was when, what? Since 2020. 2020 would have been like the big pop for everybody. What the fuck is he talking about?
As the rest of the left shrunk.
I feel like this guy just is not successful, and instead of looking into his own flaws, like apparently not finishing the fucking videos that he's supposedly that he reacts to, like instead of like finishing those or trying to put more content on short form platforms, which is where you're going to get your views, he's just like algorithm, everything's bad.
And it makes me wonder how much of the online left was sort of absorbed by Hassan culturally and just exists in Hassan's chat.
He stalled everybody. Okay, dude. So produce content. Maybe they'll want to watch you too. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. What?
Hassan also has an incredibly loyal circle of orbiters who will defend him no matter what. Even if the
I guess drink core milk.
scandal in question is really damning for Hassan, many of these BreadTubers don't have that. And that's usually over the pettiest of reasons too. The reason why Xanderhal and Vosh stopped being friends is over a disagreement about Biden in the 2024 presidential election. Not the
Joe Biden
stuff, not the other gross comments Vosh has made over the past decade, but over a slight political disagreement. These guys love infighting, which has become a massive detriment in the long run. Sure, it's not unique to the left, but I feel like it's not as common on the right, and they definitely know that. Innuendos.
Oh yeah, infighting. Well, that's what happens when your culture is like, when you have the priority hive mind, I guess we'll say, when you have the culture. The left had the culture for a while, so like there's more infighting. Now the right has the culture, and there's going to be more infighting for the right. You know what I mean? And that's just how these things work. That's why you're already seeing like a dissension in the ranks, so to speak. You know, with the rise of Nick Fuentes, other people are like, wait a minute. We don't want to be we don't want to be fully racist. We want to hate everybody except for the Jewish people. You know what I mean? Like that's where a lot of them are at. So, you know, it's there's something going on.
But I feel like it's not as common on the right, and they definitely know that. Innuendo Studios made an alt-right playbook video talking about how frustrating it is.
What do you actually believe? And why are you so capable of respecting disagreement between each other, yet so incapable of respecting me? Or, for that matter, a black woman?
It does sadden me though that these guys are going broke, but it's not because I care about them. It's because the more content they produce, the more content people like me get to make fun of. And I came to this realization after Big Bungie made this point in a recent video about Eden.
Because we need more kooky characters like Ethan around. At the moment, it's just Ethan, Hassan, Destiny. The other Ethan, not this one. And that's boring and lame. And it makes...
Yeah, so start talking about like right-wing people you don't like. That's one of the problems though, is that like, you know, this is, I would say like in 2020, that was the time to jump on and be a left-wing creator. Now, I feel like, you know, there's more right-wing lol cows because they're getting too confident and comfortable. Like Nux, Taku, Tectone. These are the individuals, but you know, these individuals, I'm not saying that they're like MAGA or anything like the ones criticizing or that want to like make fun of Eden. It's just that like they're kind of too afraid to get too political, especially in like a more anti-conservative way, because their audience tends to be a little more conservative. I'm not criticizing them, I'm not calling them MAGA, I'm not saying that they're stupid. I'm just like acknowledging that, you know, they like slurs. You know, which is, I mean, base maybe. But, you know, those two things do tend to go like a little hand in hand there. So, you know, start talking about the conservative locales, man. You know, nut up, boy. Nut. Okay, that's incredible. What the fuck is happening right now?
Makes me sad. A year ago, we had hundreds of smug leftists making the worst videos known to man. And we got so much content out of it. It was crazy. We need to revive the BreadTubers so we can keep making videos on how gay and retarded they are.
Hey!
We cannot allow the BreadTubers to die out. They're an endangered species at the moment.
And I have a solution. We need to factory farm the BreadTubers. I know some will oppose this plan, but we have to mass produce more lefty video essayists and streamers so we can keep bullying them and generate more money. I had fun of EHD content at first, but I'm a bit fatigued by it at the moment. We need people like Innuendo Studios to make videos explaining why they're cucks. We need people like In Praise of Shadows to make shitty hit pieces, explaining why normal YouTubers like Wendigoon are secretly Nazis for wearing Hawaiian shirts. We need more people like Xanderhal to produce awful content where they pathetically beg for donations. The best way to do this is to gas up their egos. All these guys are super sad and depressed now, but we need to give them a second wind. We need more videos like You're Wrong About Modern Art.
I'm trying to compare content that realistically should have nothing in common. Fascist propaganda and gamer streamer should not be saying the same things.
All right, cool video, man. It was fun as always.